Welcome back to Gil's Arena, presented by Underdog. Whoa! Feels good to be employed, ladies and gentlemen. Can't say that for everybody. Uh-oh. Thibs packed in the air. Yeah!
Smoking that Thibs pack.
Thibs pack is in the air, ladies and gentlemen.
Thibs, take all this shit you got on right now and get it the fuck out of here.
Get to stepping.
Another one has bitten the dust.
Told that man, the boy, he said, first Eastern Conference Finals in 25 years.
They ain't even let that motherfucker get to Cancun.
Around.
They fired him before his...
And he was having his bags at the airport.
Yeah, he was packing his shit before the exit meeting.
Whoa, ladies and gentlemen.
Damn.
Breaking news has just come down. We're going to
Indiana.
talk about it in just a moment.
They ain't even land in New York yet.
Didn't land. Told him
God
fly
damn.
commercial.
Fired
We're going to talk about it in just a second, but this is Gil's Arena presented by Underdog. Whoop, 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 whoop. As always, we got the legend Gilbert Arenas here with us. Still employed Gilbert Arenas. On this side of the couch, we got NBA champion of the world, Swaggy P. Nick Young representing for the corner boys. And the distinguished gentleman from Oak Cliff, former #1 pick, Kenyon Martin, is back in the arena as well. Also still employed. Yo, I just want to thank you for letting me have a job, man.
Man.
It's getting tough out here.
Getting tough.
Didn't even let that man get to his office.
Damn, that probably was the exit meeting.
Huh?
That was a real exit.
That last game was exit meeting. That shit Brunson had him, so can you win with Thibs? That was exit meeting
Are
right
you
there.
confident in Thibs? I am, but apparently Leon Rose and the rest of the crew are not.
That shit was a setup question.
Right? Yep.
He go.
They already knew.
But for all the fans out there, we still got 2 viewing options for you, our traditional version, mobile vertical version. Pick whichever one you want to watch. Just make sure you support the show. Here's what's cracking in the arena today. Luka pulled up to the Mind the Game pod with Bron and Steve Nash to talk all things hoops.
Shit.
How can the Lakers maximize the Luka duo in their first full season together? At only 23 years old, Anthony Edwards has made great strides during his 5 seasons in the league. What does Ant-Man need to do to take the next leap? Wolves seem to be under impression he could be one of the greatest of all time. He's trending on that trajectory. But what does he need to do to get over the top? And with the finals just days away, we got a Pacers legend pulling up to the arena to tell us what Indiana needs to do to bring home the first chip in their NBA history. Shout out Jermaine O'Neal. He's coming through. J.O. coming into the arena a little bit later. But before we get into all that, as always, this show is brought to you by Underdog. Go ahead and download the app. Use promo code GIL. Get up to $1,000 in bonus cash, plus a special pick'em. Like I said, we're just days away from the NBA Finals tipping off. And with that in mind, Swaggy has some picks up in his partner pack on the Underdog app for Game 1. Let's take a look. Uh-oh, there it is. You got Hali higher 17.5 points. You got SGA higher 33.5 points.
Dang.
Pascal Siakam, the Eastern Conference Finals MVP, taking home the Larry Bird Trophy, higher 19.5 points. Jalen Williams higher 18.5 points. And Aaron Nesmith, chin beard, no mustache, higher 1.5 three-pointers made. Swag, I appreciate you supporting these gentlemen, picking their hires always. That's what I tend to do. I don't ever want to root against anybody. It's hard.
Yeah, it is.
Sometimes, though.
Sometimes. First game, I see some excitement, you know.
Yeah, for
They had
sure.
a break. They had a good little week.
If you use this pack and get more than 11 times your bread, how's everybody else on the couch feeling about
Good.
Swaggy's picks for Game 1 of the Finals?
I don't know about SGA getting 34 points, so.
That was a tough one for me as well, Ken. I did not know.
It was a tough one for me, too.
I
When
looked
broke
not
it
to
down,
go
it
for
was 29. I know
I
he
would've
gonna
went
get
with that.
30. I know he gonna get 30.
I would have went with 29.
Underdog had a promo where I could get it at 0. So
I
don't know if
would have
you
went
used
with the 29 over the 33.
As long as you get a point, I
I
three
want
and a
bring
half,
it all the way
that's
down. I didn't want to.
It's not like he's not going to score 34 because they got great defense. It's just that it might be just such a big-ass blowout.
That's
that
what
he's
I was
not
thinking.
even in the game to get to 34. That's all.
That's what you think?
Yeah.
Honestly?
First
Think they
game,
gonna
that's
smack
what
him,
I'm
Gil?
Not a chance.
I don't know. Give Pacers
Not a chance, bro.
may replicate what they did in Eastern Conference Final. Came into the Garden, Hali hitting them with the Reggie
They
Miller
shocked
choke
motherfuckers
celebration.
That first game, they shot.
Yeah, they not getting blown out in Game 1.
Not game 1. I see it being a
It's gonna be
shootout.
it.
Hali did the choke, and then Thibs got smoked.
be-
Oof.
One has the best defense. The other one ranked, what, 15,
13.
13?
What they got?
But they
got Rick Carlisle, though.
A team that just drives the ball the whole time. So you had Brunson getting in there that easy. Now you got Shea and Jalen driving the whole time. That's
They
going
don't want to pull up.
Nah.
He want to pull up.
So
You want a 1 dribble, 2 dribble pull up. Yeah, like that's his. Get you to move and stop. Get you to move and stop on a dime.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's taller than
they
Hart,
was
but
getting in the lane easy against Indiana.
I don't think there's gonna be no blowout. That don't mean
There ain't gonna be no blowout. Ain't gonna be a blowout.
Ooh, so we asked the chat if they're riding or fading with your
good one. It's gonna
partner pack, Swaggy. Regret to inform you that 55% of the chat is fading this. They are not riding. 45%
Forgot about the script.
Okay, I'm moving up though.
What's the script,
I forgot about the script.
I'm moving up though.
The 76er script and the OKC versus Miami script.
Oh, so they'll take game one.
Take game one, gentlemen sweep.
Who's getting stepped over like Ty Lue, though?
I like
Caruso.
Also known as Karuzma. Shout out to Mr. B.
Yeah, this could be the lose game one, get everybody excited.
Yeah.
And then
They might have to.
Well, somebody better tell Indiana that. Because I think that was the script in New York, too. They wanted the Knicks to be in finals. I don't think nobody went to Indiana and told them boys that.
No.
Right? If that is the plan, so I think somebody should go tell them that because they ain't buying in. They didn't buy into it the last round. I can't see them buying into the script if you don't go tell them. So.
for sure.
Yeah, nobody usually tell us what the script is.
All right, so therefore.
Referees let us know in real time.
Well, they tried that shit with theirs, right?
And we do have the extender.
Hey, it was 2 games too late, right? When they tried that, shit, maybe we should have told them before game one. Nah, because they thought the niggas was going to take care of business.
So
Yeah, they stupid though.
if you like Swaggy's partner pack, head over to the Underdog app. If you don't have Underdog, I tell you every episode, please help us out. Download the Underdog app, use promo code GIL, get up to $1,000 in bonus cash, plus a special pick 'em. And if you can't watch the show live with us on YouTube, we have audio versions available on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. So we got to get right down to business, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking news coming out of the Big Apple. Knicks have fired Tom Thibodeau after 5 seasons with the team. Thibs led the Knicks to their first Eastern Conference Finals in 25 years, made playoffs in 4 of his 5 years at the helm, led the Knicks to consecutive 50-win seasons for the first time since the 90s, had a playoff record of 24-23 in his time with the Knicks. Sadly, season came to an end in Indianapolis, Game 6.
Damn.
They said, Thibs, get to step. And we talked about it yesterday on the show. Mr. B was adamant
He was.
that the Knicks should tell Thibs to move around. They do watch the show, so they followed his advice. Thibs fired by the Knicks. What do y'all think about the Knicks relieving Tom Thibodeau of his services?
Real Thibs.
Not surprised. That's what being stubborn gets you,
He is stubborn.
right? Nah, you got it.
Damn. In 25 years, though?
Coach.
Yeah, that's what it is. Like,
Don't
damn,
matter.
Who worse?
No, you got coaches that want.
We're not surprised because obviously the narrative, he's not trusting his team, which a good coach in the NBA, right?
That's really how you.
You have to. You were saying it.
Yeah.
You have to build confidence in that 10th, 9th, 8th player, so you can use him in the playoffs.
When you
right?
need him.
So the fact that you did run 8 to 7 strong all season, even if you tried to use them, they didn't build no confidence all year long.
They
right?
worry about
So
messing up.
No, because Larry Shannon
worried
came out
about-
that motherfucker playing like, I'm going to show you, motherfucker.
yeah.
He shot that bitch every time he touched it.
He did mess
And
up
he
my
could have
Underdog.
used them during the regular season.
Yeah.
Like, doing early in the playoffs, he could have used
coulda
it.
used
Wouldn't
them.
games wouldn't have been as tough, certain games, right? When you running them boys into the ground, man, you could have used them dudes in the first round. You wouldn't have to go 7 games and shit like that.
Yeah.
So you got them dudes sitting upstairs, man, like, hey.
But did they not know? I'm saying they knew that when they hired him. They've known this has been.
But you expect
That's
something
different,
different
yeah.
now at this point,
Yeah.
right? You make it to this point, you got to do something different. So they expect something different.
But expecting something different out of Thibs.
So that's what I mean, being stubborn. That's what
It's like him
Get the
and Stan Van Gundy's kind of like the same. They bullheaded on on their vision. It just makes it hard to be a coach, though.
Why?
Because you do break history, right? You do break history, right? You did something no coach has done in the last 25 years. So as fucked up as people say what you did, I did do something that no other coach has done in the last 25 years
That organization.
for this organization.
But you got
So,
other guys that won championships in other places that got the boot as well.
I know,
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like,
motherfucking Frank Vogel. You got other coaches that's won championships that's been on
And
a
that's
shorter
also-
leash than him.
and this
He has
adds-
5 years, dude. The other dudes had 2 years. 3
But that's what I said. This adds to the coaching legacy of being fired. It's like you're firing success. And coaches that are just doing what? Listening to you, playing a game.
He did it to Mike Woodson.
Right? I mean, like, what? How do I like?
It's the Knicks.
How do you keep your job? There's no like. It right now it's saying the more successful you are, you're easier to get cut versus.
We saw that Mike
someone who
Malone.
plays middle in the road.
No, something who we building. If you're out losing consecutive years, you got a better chance of getting re-signed.
Yeah.
If your team is trending up, you got a better chance of getting an extension than you winning consecutive years in the playoffs and not winning a championship. Like, it's just, that's the nature of it in this NBA for whatever reason.
And it seems like the Knicks went all in this season.
They feel like, they feel
Re-signing
like they should
Jalen
be in the
Brunson,
finals.
giving OG Anunoby the bag, blockbuster trades for Mikal Bridges, Karl Anthony Towns. And we talked about, we had Mero on the show last week, longtime Knicks fan. Yeah, it's improvement. They wouldn't be disappointed if they didn't win the Eastern Conference Finals. But that roster also improved from the roster last season that got booted in the second round by the Pacers.
Well, we wouldn't know because he didn't use them, so.
Right.
Yeah, it's just
And for New York, they feel like they should be in the finals right now.
Okay.
That's what it is. And you hear the
No,
media,
okay.
you hear-
Should in reality is
should.
too. Like you should after this.
Yeah.
Like you felt you was this close
You beat Boston.
for being in the championship.
Think about it.
But then there's reality, right? Reality is okay. The mega teams did get hurt, but this was our time. So there was any
Yeah,
time
that's what I'm
to
saying.
get to the chip. This was it,
Yup.
right? And
And they
we
feel
were
like-
this close and we probably fucked that off. I get that understanding that, this might not come around again
Like
and we should have been better prepared
Yeah.
to capitalize. Okay.
That's what it is.
You
I
beat,
get
you
like
beat
that.
Boston twice in Boston. You're on the verge of going up 3-1,
Yeah.
even before Tatum's injury late in the fourth quarter of Game 4 of that series.
Yes, this was,
But you think, all right, taking on the Pacers.
I think the hope, I think the reality of being in the championship was set. Like,
Yeah.
once they beat Boston, it was stone, nigga, we there, right? We getting our tickets in OKC, we
Yup.
doing all of that. I think that's why he got fired, because, nigga, we already done spent some
Yup.
money on parades and who we was going to hire, and you just didn't make it. And you're kind of blaming.
And it's New York.
If I'm the new coach, I don't know if this is a.
Guess see what
What am I
offense they're
supposed to
running.
do?
Guess see what offense they're running. Like, it's.
Yeah.
He don't have offense.
You gotta adapt. Yeah, he
so,
don't.
so the thing is, like, y'all were saying, like, just about Karl Anthony Towns, right?
Mm-hmm.
And other people have said, like, you are big that likes to score.
Mm-hmm.
You have certain advantages offensively, you shoot the ball well, things like that. But is he a post player? Can you throw the ball to him if you need a bucket? Like this, so those are those questions, right? If you can, then Thibs and use him correctly,
Yeah.
right? If you think that he is that, when you need a bucket, you throw the ball down there. There was none of that. There was no adjustments. It was the same thing.
That's true.
It's hard to win, man. It's hard to be successful consistently when Jalen Brunson is a hell of a basketball player. Take nothing off his plate. He's a hell of a basketball player. He can't average 30, dog. He can't. Like, it's not making anything or anybody around him better, man. Like,
It's how he averages 30.
Yeah.
it's a lot of dribbling, a lot of ball domination when the ball needs to be moving. Like I said, the first 3 quarters, man, the ball needs to be popping.
He like shit.
And if
Luka
it's not,
did it to
he's
me.
so ball dominant, man. Them other dudes not in rhythm, so every shot is pressure on when they get it, because they just don't know if it's gonna come back, man. And it was consistently that. And then when once teams figured that out, like, okay, we're gonna play him this way, then what did Thibs do? Right?
So, question for the couch: would you have fired Thibs
Yes.
if you were in that same situation with the Knicks? You tell him to get
I would
the
have.
team.
I know. I thought it was a rap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would.
I knew it was.
Because we said before Game 5, is Thibs coaching for his job? The couch agreed that it was such. They stretch it to 6, get that first home win in Madison Square Garden.
I'm 50-50, man.
That's
Like I understand it. I understand the firing. But I'll be up there arguing if I'm Thibs. Like, these niggas are stupid. Like I'll be saying, hey, they stupid. Look at this play. And I just be running down plays on how stupid some of these guys are. I had a motherfucker post up. I only seen one player do this, and I was like, oh shit. Okay, you're not smart. This is the baseline. Right? Post up like this, right? This nigga dribbling like this. And then wonder why the ball got stolen. Nigga, the defense is this way. They dig in this way. Like, who taught you, like, because you want to go to your right hand, then get the fuck on the other side.
Yes.
Like, I never seen no shit on the left side, dribbling towards the baseline, thinking he about to spin back right. What educated guard is going to allow you?
Try to set his spin up, nigga. Fuck what you talking about. Shit.
Right, he was waiting to get
Damn, the defense might know what I'm about to think. They thinking the same thing. He trying to set this spin
Trying to
up.
set this spin. Every guard gonna dig, and if you don't dig and he get that spin off, nigga, the guard gets subbed out. You stupid motherfucker. He can't even see you. Like when I seen that, I was just sitting there like, yo, this is crazy. But
So he too old school though.
Yeah,
Old school right now.
He might be. Listen,
Shit, think about it.
he don't have an offense, right? He's a defensive coach that broke down defensively, right? Lot of movements, right? You got to do a lot of individual work. Fuck your team practice shits, because if you're doing team practice for an hour and a half, right? And y'all out here running regular offense, and then you go in the game and Brunson is the offense now, that means you're wasting an hour and a half of development if this is how y'all play the game. Mm-hmm. So if this is how you play the game, fuck team practice, right? Because all it is just give the shit to Brunson, let Brunson do his job, right? That's what y'all play like. So, OG, we're going to work on your feet, how to move in traffic. Cat, we're going to work on your post-ups and getting in shape. Because I watched YouTube clips of a young Towns. Oh, that nigga was good.
What?
Oh, that nigga was fast. Oh, yeah, he was out there moving.
What? Probably the best big.
Yeah. And what you are now is not even too. Your young self will whoop he will run circles around the new you, right? You might have to drop 15, 20 to be back in movement how you was moving before.
Like I always say, you get too comfortable shooting too many threes.
And that's like he was posting up, getting in there, doing dunks. I'm like, hey man, drop some weight. You might need to be on the Luka thing right now. Drop weight down, get back to a little bit faster.
But I can't believe you said you 50-50 after you fired Thibs after one practice. That's crazy. Remember, he came to the Wizards and he was our coach for one day. He put all of us through the practice and he said, man, get this motherfucker out of here. I can't do this shit. I'm not dealing with this shit. See, this motherfucker.
That was the old me.
No, you done changed.
That was the old me. I said, no. Listen.
Remember, he came in that
No,
day?
I remember. No, listen, I know. And I wasn't even playing. But,
So he conducted practice?
yeah, he conducted a practice.
And you weren't even practicing.
No.
He was watching.
He was just
Watching.
spectating.
It's structured. It didn't look
He got
good
mad
to me.
at Thibs. And said,
Like, you know how you just sitting there
watching.
watching the practice and like, all right, okay, start off, they warmed, 5-on-0. Okay, 5 on 5. 5-on-0.
Yeah. That's when he went to
5
Boston.
on 0, then back to 5 on 5, then back to 5 on 0.
He went right back to
Then
Boston.
talking for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Now you want to go live. Oh, these niggas about to get hurt. Hey, he's out, man. This nigga retarded. Get him on out of here, man. This ain't
Mentally challenged.
So he was just visiting, or he was like?
We were thinking about hiring.
was thinking about hiring.
It was out of him, so he came in and did the practice.
So a bunch of.
So who they fired?
We fired Eddie Jordan. Was it?
It was.
Flip. Was it
Flip Saunders.
Yeah,
So they
Flip
fired Flip.
No, they fired Eddie
got-
Jordan.
It was Eddie Jordan. Then they had like Tapscott. Thibs
they
came
brought-
in. Yeah.
So they was giving dudes test runs to run the practice to see if they was gonna hire him. That's the wildest shit I've ever heard.
Because he was an assistant coach then, right?
Yeah.
They needed to
Wildest shit
know.
I've ever
They
heard.
needed
He
to
was y'all assistant coach?
No, he was
Somewhere
Someone else, yeah.
Oh, that shit's crazy.
So we have a comment from Yo Mike Lowe in our chat that we feel is pertinent for this particular discussion. He said, Cat got Thibs fired twice in 6 years, laughing emoji, and then repeated that 2 more times.
Wow. Believing in Thibs.
Yo, Mike Lowe, we don't encourage spamming the chat, but sometimes we do.
Now, New York do have to be careful here because the coach you bring in, if it's an offensive coach, that offense is going to change. That offense is going to change. Your star player abilities is going to change. So unless you're going to hire Big Brunson and y'all going to run the same offense or get a little bit better, you bring in any other coach, they're going to run offense. That means Brunson going to get off the ball and move somewhere else. He gonna have to move somewhere else. He gonna have to get off that motherfucker, and that might fuck Brunson up, and he might be mad.
If Rick Brunson takes over, this is again just speculation and talking.
Oh, then I'm good.
But how is the rest of the team gonna feel about this?
Oh, I think they cool. I think.
Hell no.
No, I think they probably might. They probably
He already shoot the ball.
No,
he already shoot the ball every time now.
And I think the players is cool with that. Yeah. It just seems like they all cool with that, right?
Yeah, then he go get.
I think it's the other shit that Thibs probably was fucking with them with, and I think Pops might be a little bit better for the rest of the team because he do hold young fella accountable.
He do.
Yeah, he holds
he holds them accountable. You'll see a check the fuck out of him.
He know Hart and Bridges.
Like, get your motherfucking ass over here, man, talking to the goddamn. Sit down.
Yeah, you need that sometimes.
My daddy said, "Run this play for me." But we asked the chat.
So you bring Mike Malone in there, bitch. It's definitely going.
So we asked the chat, did Thibs deserve to be fired? 56% of the chat says yes, he does. We have a lot of New Yorkers in this chat. They were smoking the Thibs pack as well. So that brings us to the next point. Who's available that would be a good fit for the Knicks at head coach? You talk about Mike Malone as a potential option.
He should have gave us some options.
Yeah.
Mike Brown, Taylor Jenkins.
That's the guy from Memphis, right?
Taylor Jenkins?
Yeah. He's good. He did good with Memphis. And I feel like New York got the perfect New York type team too.
Memphis ran like a three little guard offense. Yeah. Right, 3 little guard offense.
When they was good, like Memphis. Well, he made each team good. Think about Jaren Jackson.
Also have
God wasn't there. He still was in.
Mike Budenholzer.
Nah, you might as well keep the guy you just fired.
Damn.
Mark Jackson.
Mark Jackson.
I will.
Niggas just out there yelling out shit, right?
Bible study might be needed. The team needs prayer,
bro.
See,
why Mark don't get a job though? Realistically, why don't he no more? He feel like he got.
Like, you want one? I don't know.
What he did with.
We did have Mark Jackson here in the arena. He said that he would be interested in getting another head coaching job.
I guess New York is at a place where they can't try out a coach who don't have no experience.
Go get
right.
that.
So even if you try Sam Cassell, we don't know what his offense is going to look like. He hasn't been able to show who he is yet.
Go get.
So he needs one of them younger jobs so you can see his offense, you can see his defense. You know what I mean? See what his signature is. So.
Ain't Patrick Ewing coaching somewhere? Go get Pat.
Also have Darvin Ham, who has coaching
Get one
experience
of
with
them
the
old
Lakers.
New York motherfuckers. Bring everybody back.
Coach by committee, to get the whole celebrity role.
Right?
Let Ben Stiller get a game too. Might as well.
Shit.
Chalamet.
Spike Lee out that motherfucker.
I was about to say the same thing. Might as well go ahead and try out Spike, goddammit. Shit, y'all trying anything at this
You've
point.
been here the longest. But seriously, Mike Malone got roots in New York, born in Astoria.
Who's worse, Cowboys or the Knicks right now?
As far as what?
As just making it back to, because it's been a long time for them too. 25 years is a long damn time.
Eastern Conference Finals?
Just making it for finals. Like they ain't won shit in.
Man, I mean,
like
there's
every
teams
year
that
they
ain't won yet.
Oh, well, yeah,
You know what I mean? They ain't won a motherfucking thing. Ain't sniffed nothing.
So
But I guess for New York, because they're a prominent team,
yeah.
right? So that's all that is.
Big
It's
market,
because-
that's what I
Also
was talking
have
about.
Eddie Franklin as a potential option as well.
Who?
Whoopi Goldberg's character in the movie.
Oh,
Saw some success coaching this Knicks squad. It's hard
Man,
out
they
here
might
for
as
the
well
Knicks.
just-
Doc Rivers.
Like let's just
Doc.
get a content creator. Fuck it at this point. You know what I mean? Just go for
Start
the
a hype
views.
house.
Just go for the views, man.
That's how they had it. Shit.
'Cause I mean,
They had a red carpet
I
coming
don't
to
know
the
how
game.
hard it is to say, get a ball to Brunson. That's just it.
Do what y'all did last year.
Yeah, just if I just got to sit there and do it and just sub motherfuckers in and out, I can probably possibly do that.
But when you talk about a name like Mike Malone, though, he does have a connection to the Knicks. Obviously, born in New York, his dad, Brendan, was on Jeff Van Gundy's staff back in the day. Did win a championship.
Hey man, that motherfucker paying you, man. You said his name like 4 times now.
Actually, he is paying me.
Oh, him.
Jeff.
Jeff Van Gundy, return.
Man, the problem with them old,
I just can't.
they ain't been whipped. You know,
Yeah.
they ain't been whipped yet. Like this is new school basketball. They ain't been
Yeah.
whipped.
But he got a nigga. So Tate's ever been on the bench of the Clippers. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit, you're right.
So he on the bench of the Clippers. You got a taste of it now.
And they
yeah,
used to
okay,
work
yeah,
it?
Yeah, you're
so-
right. You're right. You was. You're right, you're right.
He on the bench with the Clippers, man. I would. One thing for sure, you're gonna play the right way. You're gonna play hard, and you're gonna defend, and you're gonna
The chat also saying Jay Wright was coach of Villanova for that crew. Won the natty. He's been chilling though.
That man, shut the fuck up.
What was the chat?
Bringing in no college goddamn coach, man.
Chat, Gil would like you to shut
Wait,
the
has
fuck
any?
up.
Okay, I don't know, cause I don't know.
no.
Cause okay,
No.
so none of them have ever been
No.
successful.
No.
Okay, sorry, Chad. I didn't mean it. I'm still on.
No.
My Madden
It
internet.
came and took their ass back.
Back, okay.
Like you
Who
know
LeBron
what?
Doing an interview with. That should be the next.
Only one Billy Donovan.
Is Nash?
Steve Nash.
Like Billy Donovan, the only one that
You went
stuck
for
around.
JJ.
Billy-
You got
The only one that
JJ.
stuck around.
Donovan.
You got a good JJ out of that.
So
Go ahead,
we've
get
seen
that.
a major chip fall in the Knicks with Thibs getting fired. We talked about this yesterday on the show. But what other changes do you expect to see coming from this Knicks squad? Obviously, some big names out there as potential trade options. Talk about Kevin Durant, Giannis. Talk about the future of Cat with this team. We had the report yesterday from The Athletic that players had grown frustrated with his lack of defense and communication. And as we said yesterday, we know that rotation is very thin, so only a few players that could have potentially spoke to The Athletic about that.
Look, I mean, listen, all decisions at this point when you're talking about a team that's consider themselves right here, right? You know, this is when you self-check who you are and really self-check your team. It's like us as players. We go into the summer and really evaluate our no matter what kind of success we have, what do I need to work on? You know, for me to keep moving up. That's the same thing with them. They're gonna really have to go and look at their roster and see which way they're trying to go. Because you can make one bad trade and it will fuck up the rest of you moving forward and y'all back rebuilding before you even know it. Same thing that happened to the Bucks, right? Same thing that happened to the Lakers, where we decided to get rid of all our bigs. Like, we good. We gonna double back and you got rid of 2 big. We was bigger than everybody, then we get rid of the White and JaVale and then
was
lost
crazy.
a couple key pieces and been
Yeah.
struggling ever since when we was right there.
And Nicola been whooping your
their
ass since.
Yep. And then same thing with them. Denver,
true.
you got rid of your
real.
KCP, you got rid of your shooters, you got rid of
Brown.
He done beat us
Brown.
this year.
Defended,
Right.
wing defended.
Reggie
it down.
Jackson.
Yeah, so you have to be very careful and just keep add pieces that nobody's paying attention to.
Yeah, because you got to keep them, like, I'm OG, Hart, Bridges, like, them dude, like, you got to keep
Yeah, like
Yeah.
OG,
they make game-winning basketball plays.
like OG needs to really I like OG's bones, right? I like how he plays. I just think he's still raw. And I think he just needs to fine tune, like have a go-to move, have a second option. Like I would be focused
get
in
some-
like
Well,
how Kawhi
Pascal.
plays.
Well,
'Cause you
because
kind of got that
it
same.
It is. It's
Get
the
some-
same
it's that
robotic.
same- yeah.
Like, but
Pascal.
but he was playing behind him
Yeah.
in Toronto, playing behind Kawhi,
Yeah.
playing behind Pascal. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. So
so now it's like playing. Now it's like, what my opportunity?
yeah, so he's
Now he ain't getting the
undeveloped.
ball right now. It's like, shit. I got when the bitch come to me, I got to.
Yeah, he has to be a slasher, duck-in type guy.
Yeah, he got that Kawhi-ish game though. That shit is to the point. Is
Like I can see, like when he do drive, he still don't really know what he wants to do. right? He don't know, like he can't read that guy right there.
Yeah, like the layup he smoked on the break.
Yeah, like it should be like when you go on your move, like whoever your trainer is, have 3 defenders in the lane and then work on moving around them, like just your footwork. Like you get by this guy and then your defense really starts in the lane.
Somebody steps up.
Because a lot of like I started watching this with a lot of youth basketball where
Like body control.
all the defense is from the half court to the 3-point line. Right, you got these cone, like your Brunson, right? Like for the most part, that shit is unreal. And then when you get to the 3-point line, it's like a free layup and dunk.
Yeah.
That's not it. It's reversed.
Yeah.
It's dribble down, and then when you get to the 3-point line, now it's moving the traffic. So a lot of guys don't have that below the free throw line game where all the traffic is. Shea's very good at that. Luka's very good at that. Brunson's very good at that. Like Kyrie. So, he needs to work on that free throw below, dribbling the ball, moving around, people dodging shit.
He has something that he a little wide up here. He got
he got to learn how to
goddamn
dip
shoulder.
He got to learn how to dip.
He gonna bump
Hey,
somebody
yeah.
going through that motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's just what he is, man. Like,
Because think about every time he was driving and he's below that free throw line, he's thinking it's a straight line and Siakam's like, nigga, give me that.
long ass arms,
that,
man,
yeah.
trying to put that body on
Yeah.
him. Y'all can use that against
He
him.
used to
So
play
we're
with
going to
no
talk
shoes.
about the impact of trainers on basketball
African used to play with no
in just a
shoes.
moment. But back to Thibs getting fired and this whole coaching situation going on that we've seen this season. Seeing coaches getting fired after winning titles right before the playoffs, etc. Mike Malone got booted with 3 games left in the season. Right before the Nuggets were trying to make a playoff push, David Adelman ended up becoming their head coach, getting that interim tag lifted. But is this trend of firing coaches going too far?
Winning coaches, yes.
Yes.
Successful coaches, yes.
Okay, player
Doesn't-
control. My bad.
Player, you know what I'm saying? No, the dudes that has coach of the years get fired, like.
If you get a coach of the
just-
year nowadays, you
Yes,
seem like you would get booted.
It's on the short list. I'm saying your leash is short, you get that tag because they're expecting something great in the next year or so. Once you get that tag, they're expecting to go out and win one. When you don't, it's like, oh shit, this coach of the year, I guess he's not that good after all. Like, no.
It's like you're not that good.
I just hate the idea of you give me the team and I'm supposed to coach them under, like it's.
As constructed, right?
Yeah.
Like, you put this team together. Did you ask my input on these decisions that, like, so you ask a coach and a GM to put a team together and a GM to put the same team, and I guarantee the list to be fucking different.
Yeah.
Right? If you're gonna orchestrate your team, who would you want? And then you GM and it'll be fucking totally different, right? Who you think should get the minutes on this team? You point them out. Who you think should get the minutes and versus the coach thinks it's gonna be different. And if these dudes ain't on the same page and I'm supposed to coach this team as constructed, and then I'm coaching it as I deem fit, but it's not good enough. Like.
And a lot of times those GMs are saying, here's the team, figure it out.
So they're saying that, but they not. No.
Most of those GMs now, most of the GMs and the guys who are picking players, they're not basketball players
Athletic,
or basketball fans.
Analytic.
Right? They have nothing to do with basketball. They're coming from business, coming in, crunching numbers, right?
And expect to go evaluate.
And
talent.
it goes off of the idea of using the word can't, right? Wow, he can't play defense. That's not real. Is he Kuta Kinte? Did both his feet get chopped off? Right? What is structurally wrong with him not being able to play for you to use these words? Like coming into the draft, oh, he can't do this. No, that's what we're here for. Like, I'm looking at the structure. Okay, he got a nice little feel. He got a, right, boom, boom, boom. He can do this, he can do that. Oh, no, I can make him. I can teach him how to play. I can give him the guidelines on how to be a guy who can't shoot. If he has great mechanics, all it is reps. Sit your motherfucking ass on this machine 5 hours a day. Eventually he can shoot. Just like your job you just got. You couldn't do this, bitch, until you start doing it. right? Then you started working on it. Now you a motherfucker president of the year. But the first day you wasn't him. So some of these decisions be made off of an idea that's not reality, right? Give me the structure of the person. And that's why I said, when I made the thing says, Cat can't move, that's why I went back to watch. You know what? He's a little older. Let me look and see what he looked like as a younger dude. So that's when I put up his highlights and say, all right, it's a weight problem now then. Because he can move back. It's the same build, right? Same size, 20 foot. Same lower body, bigger than the upper body. It's not equally, you know what I mean?
Good, you said the Cat had a WNBA body yesterday on the show.
Yes, that's the body now.
A great league.
When he was in them early years, no, he was structurally sound, so he has it. He just needs to lose weight, just like Luka, right? He can't play defense. He can play defense, he just ain't playing defense. Lose 20 pounds, now let me see.
Yeah, and to your point, right, there is so much emphasis on what guys
can't do.
Like,
Oh,
how tall he's not, he can't. So I'm going to give you a living, breathing example of somebody, Scottie Pippen Jr., right? Same shit, right? So much emphasis on he's not this height, he's not this athletic, man, damn he's not 6'5". Damn that he don't have a 48-inch vert. Cool. Ain't too many people on the planet do. But look at everything he fucking does. The excellent basketball player across the board. Get the opportunity, somebody believe in him. So it's those decisions that these GMs and things are making that handicap these coaches. So you make these decisions, you bring me this list of who you think I should go watch or who we should draft. And then you miss on a guy but there's no questions to be asked now, like, yo, well, why you didn't? Why he wasn't on this list that you gave me? Because I don't know what I'm looking for. I don't know. My eyes don't know.
I can't do my job.
I
can't do my job right now, but I'm learning on somebody else's watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's fine.
Yeah. Yes.
So we asked the chat, do NBA coaches have too short of a leash? A surprisingly sympathetic 81% said yes, coaches have too short of a leash. Shout out to the chat.
Yeah, because I want y'all to hear this loud and clear. Go ahead and say it, Nick.
It's a players' league.
Go say it again for
It's
the
a
people.
players' league.
Yeah.
And the motherfucker, we ain't coming to see you, coach.
Look, listen, I'm just
Fortunately, coming to see you.
The players, most players are not held accountable.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't hold me accountable.
So players are not held accountable for wins and losses. Those go on the head coach. So the talent that's on the floor and that coach have to coach that talent, those are two fucking totally separate things. One has nothing to do with the other. Because he didn't put the team together. So he has to go coach this team. If it's a new coach, the team is pretty much constructed when he steps in the door. This current situation as we speak, if nothing changes on the Knicks roster, this team is set. So whatever coach they hire, he has to come in and adjust certain things the way he coach. If it's a veteran coach, he got to adjust to these things. If it's a new coach who don't nobody know, good luck.
Yeah, but it seems like the Knicks won't want to keep riding this momentum too. Back-to-back 51 seasons for the first time in 30 years. Like you said,
they think they have the talent.
The roster is there to, in theory, do that again or improve and build upon that next season.
So they think they have the talent where they can bring a new face in the building, I'm assuming, or if you think you need like somebody that's been established already, then you make that move. And I think that's the smart move, is to bring somebody that's been around, who them dudes know, respect. I don't know who that is, but you better go goddamn find him, because.
What is Brunson dad? He's assistant coach or just?
Assistant?
Oh.
The legend Rick Brunson.
Yeah, he sit on the.
I thought he was in the office at first.
He's
sit on the front
lead
of the bench.
assistant of the Knicks.
Yeah, he sit on the front of the bench.
But at the end of the day, I mean, you know,
you got to specify these days. So you got some coach that sit on the front of the bench. You got some coach that sit on the back of the bench. You got some that sit in the stands. You got some that ain't allowed to come in on the floor. You got to stay in the back. Got some that stand in the tunnel.
They got about 50 coaches.
Yeah,
He
so
the
it's
coach that come with his-
his dad. He's able to sit on the bench. He's on the front row.
Yeah.
So
He on the front
He
line.
get up every time out.
Like in college, they bring the best player and they sign his daddy as assistant coach. Okay.
He gets to tell them about the gun line.
I think, wait, no, Daddy was already signed first, right?
Daddy was on the staff already.
Yeah, Daddy was
Oh,
on staff.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
So Daddy was already on the staff.
they knew what they had up their sleeve, but let's keep this thing moving. Today's podcast is sponsored by Rough Greens. Sometimes in life, if you want to get to the truth, you got to look at the numbers. Unfortunately, 50% of all dogs over 10 years old will die of cancer. And the other 40 to 50% will suffer miserably from skin issues or joint problems. And this is widely attributed to your dog's diet. These numbers are what inspired Dr. Dennis Black to create Rough Greens. So here's the good news. With thousands of testimonials and 5-star reviews every month, Rough Greens is now the #1 all-natural dog supplement in America. They've helped millions of pups stay active and be healthy, and your pup could be next. You don't have to change your dog's food to improve your dog's health. Just add a scoop of Rough Greens. Fetch a free Jumpstart trial bag for your dog today. You just cover shipping. Go to roughgreens.com. Just use promo code ARENA. That's RUFFgreens.com, promo code ARENA. You don't have to change your dog's food to improve your dog's health. Just add a scoop of Rough Greens. Kenyon, you've given the product to your dog. How has your dog been enjoying the Rough Greens?
Oh no, Jack and Bo both love it, man.
Jack and Bo.
Yeah,
You ain't never had a dog.
My dog doing good too.
Oh,
Do you have a dog?
Yeah.
Don't you say nothing stupid, motherfucker.
What you about to say? You never heard Jack name what now?
I'm about to say I never seen. He never.
Oh, I
had
got no. No, Jack is named after Jack Johnson.
A great boxer.
Your dog.
Unforgivable blackness.
Yeah.
He's jet black.
Was getting it going back in the day.
Yeah, no. And then
Jack. What is Jack Johnson?
Jack Johnson, boxer. First African American heavyweight champion.
For real.
Yeah.
I thought Muhammad Ali was.
No, Jack was driving around. No, Jack was driving around white women in the car when you weren't supposed to look at white women.
He was old.
With the top down, convertible.
You're saying squabble up.
No, this is the old school when cars was first, no doors on them. When they first started putting doors on the bitch, no convertible. Yeah, you riding around white women with minks on and shit. Nigga. No, Jack Johnson was him. What you gonna do to him? You gonna have to kill him.
Yeah.
You gonna have to kill him because there ain't gonna be no fight.
That's
Yeah,
real.
the gloves was.
And then
Different back
Frenchie
then,
is
yeah.
the Bo is Frenchie. Although Frenchie is name is Bo. And he's-
Bonjour.
Bo as in the French word for is handsome in French.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So it's,
B-E-A-U?
Yes.
Ah, see, I thought it was B-O.
No,
See?
no.
We learn something new every day.
My dog is Nick.
he's a Frenchie.
Meek.
Oh, ass.
Nick.
Meek.
Look at his skin, right? What did you say?
It's glowing.
Glowing, right?
It is.
Ain't ashy no more.
It's
Knuckles
ashy
got
no more.
Knuckles got lotion on it. You
I
been
was
eating the shit out of
offended
that.
the other day.
Huh?
This waitress, I shook this waitress' hand.
Nah, I
Your
just-
hands are soft.
Huh? You say your dog do what?
I heard that in my life.
Your dog do what? Put his nose in the bowl? Yeah, I just told him it was Coke. Put your nose in the bowl.
Cola.
Wow, what type of shit you on today?
What?
Well, let's keep this
I'm
moving
just saying
before
your
it gets
skin look
too out
nice,
of
so
hand.
you must have been doing the rough
You
green.
said your hands.
Yeah, the skin
soft.
look skin. Look at it.
Like a lady.
I ain't
Soft like a
never
supper.
heard
Yeah,
that.
I told you it's the rough greens.
Hey, like she's
This dog been eating the shit out that shit.
Well, shout out to Rough Greens, RUFFgreens.com. Use promo code ARENA to fetch a free Jumpstart
dog.
trial bag. Appreciate you, Rough Greens,
Like that.
for blessing the arena and all our pups. Let's keep this moving. So Luka Doncic was a guest on the Mind the Game podcast with LeBron and Steve Nash. Part one of that conversation dropped, and there were some interesting takeaways from their discussion. One of the first things Nash asked Luka about was the experience of playing with LeBron.
Unfair for the audience if we didn't ask you off the bat what it's like playing together, how you feel playing with LeBron. I know you looked up to him as a kid, and now you guys are teammates.
I mean, it's great. You see, I've never played with a guy like this. And, just being traded to here, to LA, I mean, it was different. But just to play with guys like him, like, it's unbelievable. Like, I can learn so many stuff, First of all, off the court, all the things he does just to be ready for the game. And obviously on the court, everybody knows what kind of player he is.
What, give me an example of a couple things you've seen, like being around him every day where you're like, he does that? Like, what's he doing over there? Like, is there anything that stands out initially where you're like, wow?
Well, first of all, he shows up like 10 hours before the game. So, I mean, that was really the main, like, I was, what? I came into the arena.
For
He was
22 years?
he was already done working out. I was like, what?
Yeah.
He shows up like 10 hours. Do you think LeBron's work ethic off the court will rub off on Luka?
If he wants to be great, right? If he wants to get to that next level, because listen, it's one of those things, man, where I look at just history itself and our favorite players, what they did. Some of them shits are so extreme to the point where no one mimicked it. Right? Michael Jordan, there was nobody who had a fadeaway like Michael Jordan. Nobody had Michael Jordan attributes, work ethic, right? You played with the motherfucker for how long, and you couldn't do line drills like him. You didn't pick up nothing. Same thing with Kobe, right? Kobe had all these teammates. There wasn't a Mamba mentality in not now one of them, right? That we can, say like, okay, he's been working with, Kobe. He's been around Kobe and he's learning his mannerisms. So, the greatness doesn't translate like people would think it will. So unless he wants to be a great, then he will pick up some of these. Most of the time, people are just fans sometimes, and people just want to coexist. So, he's been coming for 22 years, 10 hours, 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock. You ain't heard another player doing it, and his whole team knows it. Right? So, it's really all into you. If you want to be that, if you want to be next level, you will start implementing some of these things into your game.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, it's just everybody work different.
Yeah, everybody, sometimes.
Everybody's aptitude for what LeBron does and what Kobe did, what Mike did, what these certain guys have done, it's not that. Not to say that he's not going to be great. He just pick up on just a percentage, right? Whatever percentage of what LeBron has done for his duration, right? Just picking up a percentage of it. Certain things. He ain't got to come to the arena 8 hours before the game.
You gotta do that.
A lot of us and a lot of people that have been around think it's fucking ridiculous that he gets there early. Wait, what can you be doing all this time, right? Yeah. Guys have been great that's come there 3 hours before the game, get their work in, and has been great. So it just depends on what you need in order for you, right? So for him to pick on some of the things, what it is, maybe the conditioning part of it, maybe it's just, it's that, right? Maybe it's what do you do to stay in this shape that you're in? Like your condition, your cardiovascular shape, what do you do? I want to mimic that. If it's just that.
That helps, yeah.
That helps tremendously, right? Your chef, what are your, whatever it is, if it's going to help, if there's certain things know that he's not going to do, it's just, he's not going to pick up on certain things because he's not LeBron James. So has he, this time that he's been there, has it benefited? Absolutely. And it's going to benefit him when LeBron is gone, absolutely.
I mean, you look at LeBron, for all the talk, whatever, year 22, second team All-NBA, Gil, to your point, you see guys like Kobe Bryant, MJ, players that join those organizations, and it's just because they don't want to get to that level, they don't think they can get to that level, or just because it's too hard, right? It's hard to stay consistent with the grind and with the work, especially in cities like Dallas, LA, with ample culinary offerings.
Some people don't get the opportunities too. Some people don't get the opportunities that Bronze and them have too a lot. They don't get a chance to make mistakes. So it's easy to say to show up early and shit and do all that. Motherfucker, Bron gonna play his minutes no matter what. So I say you could put, like Kenyon said, little things, mindset. You don't have to be getting there 10 a.m. the game at 7 o'clock, shit, so.
Yeah, and then my thing is with these guys that's worked this hard, right? Or guys who put time in that we think just, I'm gonna take Kobe for instance, right? There's been documented stories told by Olympic teammates and other things when they're in Vegas doing that Olympic trial, when they out there, other guys coming from the club and he's going to the gym and things like that, right? So you have those guys, right? The guys like yourself work out at 2, 3 in the morning who didn't drink when you played and certain things. So you have those
he does to get up
certain special players, right?
Still can't do that. I hate that shit.
Yeah, like certain guys can, but the majority of athletes are programmed to work out at a certain time and they're working on certain things, and once that is covered and once there's no going back over that. Not like the Kobe's, like guys that's perfected certain parts of their game, right? Everybody is not that. So you can't expect that from Luka. I hope Lakers fans don't put that on him, right? Expect him to be this version of LeBron. Like, he's not going to be that. He's going to be Luka.
Yeah.
He's definitely going to be in his first 5-6 first team All-NBAs, being the way he was in Dallas. It can only enhance him, whatever he decides that can help him.
Yeah.
So did Kobe, did Mike, has LeBron offered these guys to whoever they might have saw something in? Because you can't tell like there ain't been one teammate. Yeah, Scotty, Mike had Scotty, LeBron had Kyrie. It's just certain guys along the way that you have. Do you invite them into this? Is what I'm at. So
History, no.
and why not?
Because the idea of me inviting you to be great should
No, it's
be
the work.
you.
No.
But
We all work, right?
No, but to them, to the idea of if you consider, this person a great at what he does, if you want to be great, you should be wanting to work out with me.
Yeah.
So
But I could want that, but we prideful.
Yeah,
But, and
that's
that,
what I'm saying.
But we
that's
prideful,
usually
right?
the part. But
So pride comes before the fall normally.
yeah.
But
And that's usually the thing where, like, even if you listen to Kobe, right, when he wanted knowledge, if he wanted this knowledge, he asked, "Hey, GP, Gary, can you help me?
yeah,
How do you defend?" Right? That's that. So the fact that he does it,
Yeah.
if you want something from him, you gotta ask,
I got
because he's
you.
not gonna just give it to you.
I got you.
You know what I mean?
I got you.
So
So that's
it's
like-
one of those things, and
I got you.
more of an NBA player,
I got
we are at a certain level, and if I see you doing something, my ego, because I don't know how you're gonna look at me if I'm yo King, hey, how do you get this jumping? How do you do this? I don't know if you're gonna look at me as weak by asking you.
yeah,
Right.
Yeah, I dig it.
And that's usually what happens just in all facets of life.
True, absolutely.
Right? Because you got Mayweather, and I'm sorry, like some of you boxers, y'all haven't sat down with that man. Y'all haven't sat down with that man and say, "Man, fuck this money. Fuck the money, Mayweather. I want the motherfucker who lost."
Pretty boy.
Yeah, I want the one who lost in the Olympics. What was that mindset?
Yeah, I want Pretty
I want
Boy.
him. I want the person who, the 5-0. Him.
Yeah,
I don't want 41. That's a machine at that point.
Yeah.
What did you do before you became robotic
But so now it comes
into your
to
movement? Because
if a guy does ask,
A lot of people
have
like
guys been ignored?
Yeah.
Right, that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
If a guy has reached out and guys have been ignored,
Can you hear them
so
stories too?
you hear that as well. Like, shit, I tried, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm still waiting on the answer. Right? We both have been retired 12 years. Like,
I done checked the nigga. He said, "Who is this?" I told him.
Yeah,
Niggas say,
Yeah,
"Don't
so
talk to
it's-
me unless
yeah.
you're an all-star." That's some shit.
yeah. 'Cause it's like because it's all cool to hang out. We can go. You want to go to the club? Go find. We saw all that shit. All fine and dandy. Go drink a glass of wine together. We do all this shit together. But when I want to come in here to do this with you, it's like.
Yeah, a lot of
you don't like working out with a motherfucker.
Don't give out the recipes.
Because it's
But my thing is, so this is, and I have a hard. If it's your teammate, right? And we supposed to be in this together, trying to win together, right? And if I ask you, hey man, shit, what time you go to the gym? And you tell me 4, I like shit. Hey, I'ma come, and you change the fucking time on the nigga. Like,
you've been there too.
yeah, like it's like. I thought you said 4. Like you're like, hey, I just. Like, what do you do? at that
But how
point,
often
right?
do you guys, when you're doing this
All
work?
the time.
Well, I'm saying when somebody wants to come do it with you, it's like, no, this is my thing.
Yeah.
No,
that's
you
okay.
come
Because a
messing
lot-
up my
when we
head.
played, we went to our respective cities.
Yeah.
A lot of the guys live in LA now. A lot of guys live in these big cities now.
Yeah.
But when we're done, when the season is over,
You go
man,
home.
our dudes are on the very first thing smoking home. So we're doing our work in our own town, our own
Yeah.
city, wherever we're from, man. At the end of the summer, dudes was going to Vegas.
Yep.
But you didn't see dudes when the season was over, right? So it was that.
Going on vacation first. It's one of those things where, like, all right, like if I'm Luka, right, and I know LeBron James gets at this gym at 10 o'clock or let's just say noon, right, on game day, I'm gonna go. I'm going to mimic first, right? I'm just gonna be a fly on the wall, just to see everything. I'm not gonna interrupt nothing. I'm just gonna be a fly on the wall the first day, see what he does, right? To see if there's any downtime where I don't think it will interrupt his original movement, because this is his space, right? So when you say, oh yeah, I'm gonna come at 1, that might fuck up everything he does, right? So I gotta find and see like, right, all right. Hey, what does your night look like? You know what I mean? Try to figure out how I can be a part of it without interrupting his norm. And that's one of those things. Like, all right, you work out 3 times a day. Hey, do you mind working out a 4 for like 40 minutes, with me? And then maybe that's it. But I know those 3, those are some selfish 3s. Right? I don't want to work out with you, motherfucker. You know what I mean? That ain't.
Like,
you know what I mean? That's my shit I've been doing for 15 years. You're not coming in. So you're gonna have to give me something else.
Well, that motherfucker getting there at whatever. He gets there at 1, that game at 7. He got a lot of downtime.
Yeah, I need to know the
I can tell you that shit right there. I can tell you that shit for facts.
I mean, okay, he gonna nap, he gonna sleep, he gonna do the abs, he got a second thing of abs. Hey, maybe you don't need this second motherfucker.
You don't need this second abs, nigga.
You don't need this next hour of abs. Can you?
How much core you need? How much core you gonna work on, dog? You only got 1 of them.
Working out with Kobe, he invited us to Orange County to come work out like at 4:35 in the morning. And he got there, I think, an hour early. And his main thing was to see who was gonna get there first.
Yep. Swaggy, when did you get there?
This late motherfucker.
I got there at 5.
Yeah,
I'm coming from the valley though. So I told him I was coming from the valley.
As soon as he told me that, Orange County, I would have left that night, got me a hotel room.
Yep. Boy, listen,
But we worked out all week. But the first time,
I would have got a room down that bitch all week.
He was sitting outside. Yes. No, he was sitting outside with the shades on, just seeing who was the first one to come.
Yep.
Shades
I want to
on
see
with
who's
no
serious.
light outside though.
No shades with no light.
Man, look, I
what the hell you doing?
I treat everything like it's a test, man, especially when certain people are doing
I wasn't the last. No. I wasn't the last.
He wasn't last.
I wasn't first. I'll let you know that now. Got to drive. I let Adrian drive. Had a chauffeur back then.
Oh, you got a chauffeur there.
I would have been that motherfucker.
To me, you saying, I got a hotel there the night before, man. Like we Elijah, USC started practice, right? They got like involuntary shooting, right? So you just show up 8:30. Technically, because he's still in school, he's not allowed to show up, right, and work with the team. So I said, you're gonna be there at 7:30. So, cause it's you still on unofficial, so that's unlimited.
So
right
he
now.
just happened to be at the same place.
So he can work out at 7:30.
Okay.
Right? They start at 8:30, nigga. You start at 7:30. You work out at 7:30. They do 8, and then they finish. You go again, and go again, and go again. That's what you're supposed to do, right? Because the coaches want to see who's there. They're trying to figure out who wants to play basketball, right? They want to see who is them guys, right? So you have to show, because you're still in school and they're out and they're in school right now. You got to be around. Right, they're trying to build bonds, and you don't want to be the dude that's coming in at the end and they already done clicked up.
Yeah.
They done already clicked up. It's hard after that. So it's one of those things, man. Is when there's a job opportunity on the line and there's things to be, hey, get your ass there early. Yeah. Kobe say show the fuck up at 4:30, because you got to think about it. 4:30.
4:30.
No one down there. Nobody lives in Orange County.
His gym, yeah.
Ain't nobody on this team. Everybody live downtown, Marina Del Rey, whatever, the Valley, right? So you're automatically 3 hours.
Yeah.
2.5 hours away, right?
No traffic. Yeah, 3:30 in the morning. You get there about 35 minutes if you drive with the appropriate dedication.
Yeah, if you're speeding.
You speeding?
Yeah, I got there.
So you basically leaving 3 in the morning.
At that time of the morning, you leave at 3.
Yeah, so that's so basically.
Get there at 4.
Yeah.
So basically, he's basically saying, nigga, y'all better not go to sleep.
That's basically
don't go to sleep. I want to see who's real.
I hate that morning shit, though.
Looked up at
You're
that
more
address. and
afternoon,
then
Yeah, I'm
evening.
got a
more of
hotel right next door to that
I
motherfucker.
like the.
Worst case scenario, slept right in the car. Get that Sprinter van. nigga.
And he like to do like line drills to see you gonna beat him, defensive slides and shit. But his thing, he go
It's
over
all
the
tested,
same,
man. It's all
he
tested.
go over the same thing over and over and counter move to that. Do like 30 times, then counter move to that, counter move to that.
So we saw Luka pull up to the Monday Game Pod, Brian and Steve Nash. We got a sample of Luka and LeBron together last season after the trade in February, but how good are Luka and LeBron together on the floor? It's that time again, all right? It's that time. We're in the finals now. It's that time.
I love that Laker talk, boy. You wore your
Luka
color.
would have said, man,
Oh,
I don't like
this whole thing? I just had
Has
this thing in the
somebody ever
closet.
said, I don't like this motherfucker.
You know that motherfucker been cut out the episode and everything.
Well, they would have said he don't work out like I thought he'd work out.
Nah, y'all missed the LeBron look.
Like,
So how was
say
it playing with
something.
LeBron?
He said,
He gave me that. Say something.
I dare you say
You got that check, motherfucker.
Sing the songs like I tell you to.
Right, yeah, somebody ever be like, man, this nigga don't do that. He ain't like that.
No, that should have been, that's edit. That whole
Yeah.
question edited out.
Like, this nigga don't work out.
He about to make me look bad, goddamn it.
He just be up there chilling.
Right?
He don't even be doing shit.
They do that shit too now. They work. Yeah.
Sorry, here, motherfuckers.
Next question.
No.
Nobody ever did that. Yeah.
There was a question asked.
Yeah, I was about that. What the fuck did you ask? Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, Lakers. Yeah. 2026 champ.
Yeah.
2026 champ. Finally dethroned Joker.
No, just like any team,
Head-to-head
man.
battle.
Just like any team, there's a 5 possible that's they're set right now of being in, the Eastern Conference Finals, Western Conference Finals, and then there's another 5 that they're just one piece away of being in the Eastern Conference Final, and then from there it's just luck getting to the chip and winning it, right? I think we're one of those teams that's
Realistically, how many teams are
a
there?
good piece away, like a really smart piece, and maybe another one. Like we probably need a plus one, right?
Like a Giannis or something like that.
We know we need a big. We know we need a big that can jump. We know we need that for Luka and how he plays, and somebody who rim runs.
Yeah,
Right?
The Indiana,
You know,
what's his name?
Topper.
Yeah.
I think we can. We can do it, Top, but Top is not a 5, right?
No, I'm talking about just one of those
Yeah,
Jones.
yeah,
You
yeah.
need a Jones.
We need a 5. We need a 5.
Yeah,
who
but
can-
you need both though.
Now it makes me question that fucking trade that we didn't do. That Mark Williams. It
With
kind of like
janky knees.
yeah. Because I think if we'd have got him, we could have got a feel of what we need. Then we probably just need
Y'all
like
had a guy on y'all roster that played like over in Inglewood right now, I believe. Before, if I'm not mistaken.
Who's that gentleman?
Name is Vita Zubac. Wasn't he once a Los Angeles Laker, if
He
I'm
was.
not mistaken?
He was.
Oh, he's turned into a hell of a basketball player. You didn't notice.
Had a lot.
And then we
We
won a
knew that
championship
then.
since then.
We were not happy with that move. Can you
Yeah,
let you
he had a
know?
lot of them though.
But I'm just
All of
saying,
them.
y'all need the 5. So this is
Yeah,
the
yeah,
thing.
now.
Right?
Zupac.
Is he
If you a young big that plays with a guy that throws lobs, that plays similar to Luka. I make James Harden, but what do I know? But say it again. You were saying?
Yeah,
Y'all
but
need
when
what
did we get rid of Zubac? Like 6 years ago?
It was a very
Whatever, but
unfortunate
he was
move.
promising.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate.
But we won a championship
Yeah, we
because
won a
we got a couple pieces in. So
Y'all got rid of them 2 bigs. It don't
yeah,
matter.
that was the fucked up part.
It's hard to find big.
We're not happy about that either.
Yeah, we need
Okay,
we need
can't say
a
shit.
Well, you had a big, you didn't play him, so
we need a rim running big and probably a rim running 4.
I think Jackson Hayes fits both of them, but y'all didn't
Yeah,
play
he's
him.
just goofy.
Well,
Like if we can put him at the
that's
assistant
shit.
minutes?
That-
No, we can put him at the 4.
You gotta
I don't
train
just-
him. You
no,
gotta
what I'm saying
teach
is
him.
he's not 5-man big. He's 4-man big. We need a few athletic.
yeah,
we need
yeah.
a few athletic 3, 4, and 5 because majority of our plays that we was like, okay, this is a good. And it's Vando who got cement feet. Right?
Yeah, he don't go up.
You know what I mean? You
He don't
going
go
up
up.
getting blocked by the backboard. Like, come
be
on, dog.
hesitating.
Right? If he had a 44-inch vertical, woo, that's a great play right there. But he don't. He got a 35. Nigga, that's just like that's me down there. Right, that's me, right? I can double tap too.
Realistically.
Probably, maybe not. But that's a double. He double tapping at this point. We need somebody when they come up and dip off, because what he does great is he do cut, he slash, great duck in guy. Just don't have the length or the height to really finish plays at a very high clip.
He be hesitating, like.
Because he can't jump.
But realistically, how many teams you think can make the finals? Like in the NBA, is it
As
10?
they are right now.
Good 10. One.
OKC for sure.
Indiana.
Denver
one.
still.
Denver. Indiana a piece away.
Fuck no.
I don't think Indiana.
Cavs. I think Cavs.
That nigga said Indiana another piece away.
Because Indiana in the finals right now.
Yeah, in the final. Couldn't win it.
The whole East got hurt.
Couldn't win it.
Yeah, no.
Ain't got shit to do with them. They played a
Right.
healthy team.
Man.
They played a healthy team. They just beat a
No,
healthy
they beat that healthy team, yeah. They didn't. The other two teams
Well,
to get there.
ain't got shit to do with them.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying. So I'm just saying right now. If everybody's all healthy, Denver, OKC, Cavs,
Indiana beat,
hurt.
but New
Cavs.
York beat Boston, and they was the champions.
Yeah, they beat a hurt Boston.
No,
but they were beating Boston.
They beat Boston. No, I mean I still gave them the benefit of the doubt, but it's still like.
It was 3-1.
But they wouldn't have beat a healthy Cavs. They wouldn't have beat a healthy Cavs.
They beat Boston. The team beat Boston.
Beat Joe Louis.
That's another series. That's another series. That's like the Cavs versus New York. Cavs would have beat them too.
Who?
New York. Cavs would have blew New York out. It's the same team, but with more scores. And a go-to guy, and a good option too, and a great defense back there. They had this was the most balanced team. They just got hurt. So I say there's only like as is, and we restart the season.
4-1.
OKC, Denver, Cavs. I mean, we can't say
can't
Boston
say that.
because they're, what's the name is out. So I'll say those three have the highest probability of possibly going.
I'm normally riding with you, but they 4-1 New York. Or 4-2.
Bro, you talking about New York, man. New York wouldn't have got by them. It's a different team, different layout. I'm not talking about New York.
They beat the Cavs.
Did I say New York?
They fired the Cavs.
Because they got hurt.
And you had Denver with Aaron Gordon hamstring.
So I say about
issue.
3. What do you
God
think?
damn.
3? Like if we restart, like 4. What's that fourth one?
The team that's playing right
Indiana?
now. Yes. Fuck.
It's crazy.
Yes, the team that made it.
You saying so?
Right now, they can win it.
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about. We said if we started over, you saying the Indiana Pacers will beat
A healthy Cavs team.
Indiana's second best record in the league since January 1st. Only team with a better record, the Oklahoma City Thunder. Just throwing that out, again, including playoffs, regular season playoffs combined.
On a healthy Darius Garland. Rest of the motherfuckers just soft. I get Darius
Hey, not a
Garland.
fan of them skipping game.
Oh, he had a real injury, so fuck the rest of them dudes, man.
If you miss a game, you got to stay out for multiple.
No, you finished the game before. You walked off the floor.
So if you walk off the floor, you better walk your ass back on.
You got to goddamn try. At least.
Who did that?
I'm trying to figure out.
Who did that?
Evan Mobley and goddamn DeAndre Hunter. In game 2 of the, yes. Nigga, they finished game 1 and set out game 2. And Indiana won, goddammit. Like,
that did happen.
I'll put Indiana in because I don't think they're not far off.
I put them there because of who they got on the sideline.
Yeah, I'm not yet.
Rick Carlisle is a hell of the way he do it, but he is a hell of a basketball coach, and he does have a championship with a similar team.
Well.
I said similar.
Well,
Dirk is a different. I said similar.
No. But he had a piece over there that made him smarter.
Yeah.
He wasn't smart before that piece got there. That piece was Jason Kidd.
I got you.
Who coached him on how to coach.
Okay, so he learned.
You know
that,
what I mean?
right?
So he learned.
I dig it. I'm with you.
I can give 4. Like if they run it back, I can say these 4. Everybody else needs a piece.
And Benjamin Mathurin was
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
So
I think everyone
think it's all about
still
matchup.
needs a piece. Those 4 can probably run it back as is and be successful. Everybody else needs a piece.
I think it's
dig
about
it.
matchups.
I dig it.
About
I roll with that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I feel like if Denver would have played Minnesota, Minnesota could have won. They can't beat OKC, but they got a chance of beating Denver and going to the finals.
Yeah, but it's
A healthy Denver team, a healthy Aaron Gordon,
They
Michael
did it.
Porter healthy.
healthy.
Jamal
what I'm saying.
Murray
I'm
not
like
coming
that.
off of that.
The janky calf.
Janky calf.
They did it before.
Throwing heat packs on
That's
the
what
court.
I'm saying. I think it's about matchups. Like, I
It's
don't.
all about, but
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm saying.
think
But
it's about
like if I'm going into the playoff, like what I'm saying is if we're saying, all right, restart it, who needs upgrades? Those 4 teams can.
Or,
yeah, because they was there
What?
last year. They was pretty much the same
Didn't
thing.
go
Yeah, same team last year.
Well,
They just need more reps.
Yeah,
So speaking of upgrades, we saw Luka
And or
last year.
or a different coach.
Or
before Steph went down, they was whooping Minnesota.
man, then that team was trash.
Shit.
Speaking of upgrades, we saw Luka last year seemed to be battling some conditioning issues, looked a little bit more plump than we would have hoped. Showing you
Plump.
pictures of Luka looking slimmer this offseason. Here's how he looked on a recent trip to his old EuroLeague team, Real Madrid.
Plump is sick.
Went to check out one of their games.
Zimp.
Luzempic, as some of
You got
them.
on Spanx.
He does.
Zimp for sure. That head is.
Got that new man.
Enjoyed by
you
larger
pull up that
gentlemen.
motherfucker.
Enjoyed by a larger gentleman. Left mine at home today, but normally we're in the arena. But that's not all. Lakers fans are taking a huge interest in Luka's diet this offseason. In fact, they've gone as far as to follow his wife on Instagram to see what she's cooking for dinner. Lake Show Yo recently posted this update on Twitter. Let's take a look. See? Look at that little stir
A
fry.
little porch. Okay.
Luka Doncic's wife cooking healthy food. League is in trouble next season. Look how healthy all them vegetables in there. Carrots,
starving.
carrots, peas.
Yeah, a
you know
little
what I'm saying?
porch. Little porch. Okay. Yeah.
You gotta be kidding me, right?
Oh, Lakers fans will bully the greatness, Gil. You know this.
They saying that's a good ass meal?
For Luka, yes.
Let my wife cook that shit right there. She getting cheated on. You crazy as shit. I don't know what that was.
Exactly, Gil. That's the point.
No, you better cook
A
with me.
stir fry. A little stir fry.
Nah,
Put
man.
some shrimp in it.
Tons of
Put some
vegetables.
shrimp
I
fry
see some
right
peas, some
there.
carrots.
I'm going to my side chick house.
Some
If I'm eating like
zucchini.
that shit, if I'm eating like that, I'm going to the side chick house. Cook better.
That's why.
But in all sincerity, we saw clips
Look at
of a younger Luka, what he was able to do on the court.
That's soup.
That's all he needs.
That's all he needs.
He don't
Some
need no
zucchinis in
catfish.
there. There's all types of good
He don't need to
delicious
go to
vegetables.
Kenyon house. His ass be big than a motherfucker.
He don't need the jerked rib.
Yeah, only
oxtail.
Kenyon can eat that shit and stay skinny.
But what type of player would Luka look like?
Vegan? So he's probably vegan? Probably going vegan for the summer?
Some Zempi.
Elephants the biggest people on the planet. They don't eat nothing but vegetables. Y'all don't. Gorillas don't eat nothing but goddamn vegetables. They the biggest thing on the planet. Y'all gonna motherfucker talking about they gonna eat fucking vegetables. Like,
Muscular, though.
No protein. Fucking eat all steak. Goddamn it. Fuck, I don't know, but that ain't the fucking answer, man.
But
Get out that motherfucker and go run, man.
in all sincerity, what type of player would Luka look like if he
Fucking
were?
dinosaurs ain't eat nothing. Certain dinosaurs eat nothing but vegetables, man.
And they are no longer with us.
But
Whatever they were doing,
some
they
of the
couldn't
biggest
sustain.
creatures on the planet.
They couldn't sustain.
Elephants are the biggest. Name something bigger than an elephant walking around right now. He'll eat nothing but motherfucking leaves.
Oh, that's sick.
Fucking gorilla.
And plants blowing you up? Yeah, I'm going.
That's because he eat it by the pound. He eat bags of
But
like
we
chips.
talked about this too with players like Embiid, a similar conversation with Luka. What type of player would Luka look like if he was in what you consider to be elite NBA condition?
Man, I don't know. Shit, he'd probably be worse. Shit, man. All this shit, let him just get on the
So
court.
we talk all of this shit, right?
Right.
About him not being in shape, his condition, this, that, and the third. He's still out there logging
Yeah,
big
that's what I'm
minutes,
saying.
averaging fucking 30. Like, what else? It can't look any different as far as the numbers go. It's
You think he'll jump higher?
no, he's not. He's
That's what I'm
athletically
saying. What they
challenged.
think? What they
He's
gonna
listen,
think?
he's vertically challenged in that regard. He's going to be the same basketball player. It's going to what are people expecting him to look like?
That's what I'm saying.
He's never going to have a six pack.
I think
Good, Kenyon.
his
Not-
first,
that's not his
them
body.
first 2 years, I think that Luka.
He was a child.
He could do 10 of
I
these,
think that's what they
10 of
think.
these,
And
and
that
10 of
look,
these.
he still had body
ready
fat
to
when he
go.
got to the NBA.
Yeah.
He's there.
He was a kid. He was a child when he got here. 17
was-
years old, 18 years old.
he
He was
was
a fucking
still
kid,
yeah.
man. So
Probably what?
He'll be a little faster.
Maybe a little faster.
which way?
But
He still getting by everybody.
yeah, and that's the thing.
At this, whatever he is right, he still gets by everybody.
yeah.
Because it ain't about speed like you've said before. It's about foot placement. That foot placement,
You know what it is? Just like anything. Cause he looks skinny,
yeah.
he's better.
Yeah.
That's all that's gonna happen. Oh shit, he look like he playing defense. Oh, his defense is yeah.
Still gonna give you fluke.
Yeah.
Driven the fuck by because
He might.
he don't know how. Like this.
He might need that weight though. For his body.
That's where he's successful at times. Like him slimming down, he loses his advantage in the post against
Yeah,
small
that's what I
guards.
was saying. Yep.
He has hear me out. Do you want skinny Melo?
No.
Huh? Did you want Melo to motherfucking get down to motherfucking 215? Be like, look at me, guys.
Hey, I wish, because I would be able to guard him.
Yeah,
a little
but
bit. Yeah.
So not a slimmer, but tone more.
But still, it's just his body type. Still,
His
body type.
it's his body. No matter what, Melo worked harder than anybody you could possibly imagine.
Fact. No, that's a fact.
Listen, worked on that shit more than anybody, dog. I witnessed this shit.
Yeah.
I played on the team with Carmelo Anthony for 8 years of my fucking 15, seen it firsthand. Didn't nobody work harder. It's his body type. It's just what he is. He's still busting your ass, looking the way everybody, oh, Melo, Chucky Melo, okay, cool. You can say, you want Paul Pierce, same, busting your motherfucking ass. Glenn Robinson, busting your Larry Bird, busting your motherfucking ass. You want me to keep going down? The people whose body type was a certain way, giving y'all ass the business. Nikola Jokic, busting y'all ass.
That is-
Joel Embiid, busting y'all ass. Karl Anthony Towns, kicking y'all. Y'all can say all this shit y'all want, right?
Injuries.
I can't. But everybody ain't gonna have that LeBron James 260 cut fucking like this shit. It ain't gonna be that.
But can we see like a
Everybody
Giannis
be shaped like
Haslam,
me.
Kevin Love type
Like-
metamorphosis?
And he,
Haslam was
yes,
At Florida?
he had to.
Yeah.
Udonis had to do that in order to keep his job in Miami.
Or Draymond was fat than that motherfucker too.
He's
Though.
a fat kid.
yeah.
No, Udonis when he at fucking Florida had to lose weight when he got drafted. So
He was a beast at Florida, though. Give
being
him
in
credit.
Miami helped Udonis. Like he was one that benefited from that. But it's just certain guys that's built a certain way that's been successful. Dirk Nowitzki, guys that's built a certain way. It's not going. They change their frame, how they built. It might change the fucking way they play the game.
That's what I said.
And have you
But
seen that happen to players
They
before?
could help
They
in the long
change that
run,
stuff and
though.
they lose what made them special.
I didn't see guys go the other way. Motherfuckers bit skinny, then motherfucker come out there bit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Mike Miller was a
Yeah.
fatty.
Mike Miller was, he was also on the plumper side.
Yeah, but it's just like
But for the long run, it can help beneficial. Start now.
Yeah, I mean, just
Play longer.
keeping your weight
I
a
wish-
little bit down every time you come in.
Carolina.
Yeah.
I'm just no. You just
Ain't gonna lie. I wish I stretch and shit all that. Instead of just going to hoop.
it wouldn't help.
Stretching?
Well, certain people
Yeah.
just get off the point. Yeah, as you get older, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It would help them play longer.
You didn't stretch in college?
Nah.
They didn't make you.
They
You went to
tried.
college first.
We went to SC though, so that's what I mean.
tried
I think
to.
about
They
Elijah,
tried
what he has
to.
waiting for him. It's a little concerning.
As you
They
got
got
older,
NBA, they got NBA staff.
That's what I'm saying. I just started now.
not a
bro.
chance.
Not an elite medical
Not
staff,
that,
though.
Jack.
Kid. Not an elite medical staff.
No, they do.
We
It's
save
all
lives.
NBA staff.
That's
save
what I'm saying.
lives. UCLA.
That's
We
one thing
save
I
lives.
regret, bro. I regret
You can
that
attest to
whole
that.
shit.
UCLA.
Yeah, y'all got medical hospitals and shit. Y'all,
Very nice one.
Absolutely. I ain't,
Very
Nice
nice.
educational facility.
We got a good one too.
And we take off. We don't say, because you're not rolling with us, we're not rocking with you. We say, come on in.
Come on in.
What you need? Got the El Pollo Loco downstairs in the medical
had
center.
it.
A lot of
We know.
Michael Jackson went
And
there.
the pizza, and the Pete coffee was
Yeah,
right there.
Whatever you
Michael
need. Yeah.
Jackson went there too, and he didn't make it out.
Well, when he got there, he was already in the upper room.
y'all fucking.
nah, I'm not.
I'm just keeping
Yeah,
it
but
real.
no, it's like it might change the way he play, man. He has an advantage at being
We just housed him.
the size he is.
is.
Certain things if Lakers fans and basketball fans expecting if Luka Doncic loses weight and it looks different, that it's going to make him give better effort defensively, then you're naive.
So whatever the way it looks like, he can be.
It's still a good.
The position he plays and the people he guard.
Yeah, it's just he has an advantage on one side of the ball and he's at a disadvantage on the other side of the ball.
Yep.
Because there's no, I don't give a fuck. You try to put him out there in front of Darius Garland, there's not a chance in hell that he's going to ever stand in front of this guy.
We just got
Kyrie,
power.
just,
We got power. We make motherfuckers change their body if he talks shit.
No, but it's still like he's what helps him offensively, right?
Yeah.
These guys are athletic, fast. He can use that against them.
yes.
On the defensive side, help them using help. Help. I get the, you know what I mean? So it's one of those things where you still have to implement structure around his disability that people can straight line it.
Yeah, you don't have, there's not two, listen, people that's good on one side of the ball, now it's just, that's the fucking way it's been throughout this game, man. Like, a lot of guys that's really good defensively are they offensively, right? If you're really good defensively, on ball defensively, you probably shaky offensively and vice versa.
All right, well, we got to break away from this conversation because we got a special guest making his first appearance in the arena. He was one of the faces and success stories of the high school to NBA movement in the late 90s, early 2000s. 6-time All-Star, 3-time All-NBA selection during his 8 seasons with the Pacers. He also won the Most Improved Player Award in 2002. Played an extensive 18 seasons, including stops with the Blazers, Pacers, Raptors, Heat, Celtics, Suns, and Warriors. Jermaine O'Neal, welcome to Gil's Arena, presented by Underdog. Whoa, whoa!
What it do, fellas?
That's my savior right there. Yeah. That's my guy right there.
That's your
What's
savior.
up, fellas?
That's my savior right there.
What, which killer?
Man, just,
dog?
man, just out in Vegas, man, with my youngster. He out here training over at Impact. So been out like the last 6 days.
Okay. He's going to what, SMU next season?
Yeah.
Well, that NIL bag must have been nice to go to SMU, boy.
God is good.
That old private school money, boy, I tell you, man, ain't nothing like it.
Man. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, man, they doing a good job down there, man. You know, they raised, I think it was like 159 million over 2 years. I mean, over 2 days.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And, they compete, man. They really competing.
The Lord giveth.
Over 2 days. Goddamn.
It's money. It's a private school. It's money, bro.
Hey, wait. Okay. I still have 2 years of eligibility. Does that work? I still got two.
Well, Jermaine, we appreciate you taking some time out of your schedule to come to Gil's Arena. So you were at the Eastern Conference Finals games in Indiana watching your Pacers reach their second NBA Finals in franchise history. When you look at this squad, what makes this Pacers team so special?
Man, got to be the depth. Man, they do it by the numbers, man. They truly do it by the numbers. And, you know, I watched them on television and actually being there in person, man, to see the way they move that ball. Obviously, Tyrese Haliburton is the motor that make the machine go. And when he's super engaged and he's downhill, he creates so many opportunities. But also on the flip side of that depth, they defend too, right? They defend really well. And I like what they got going on. Obviously, Rick Carlisle's a hell of a coach. He's almost a genius in that huddle, man. I've been on that side of the table with him as well. But I think they have more of a chance than people are saying, right? Obviously, OKC has had a hell of a year. And hell, in many ways, record years in their point differential. But overall, I think what the rhythm that the Pacers have right now, man, they have a chance of winning it all.
So Kenyon talks a lot about just the atmosphere at Gamebridge Fieldhouse, and if you're not used to it, you're not experienced with it, it can be very overwhelming. How intense is the crowd there at Gamebridge for teams that come in and have to play against the Pacers at home?
Man, you know what's crazy? I almost forgot how intense it was. Obviously, I hadn't been there in a while, man, and been in that environment, man. I was sweating. I was like, I was about to get ready to go in the game, man. Those people love the Pacers there, and it's a hard hat town that love their sports. And the belief is that basketball started there, which in many ways it did. But they support their team, and obviously they have a young, exciting team now that they're really happy about. So they're gonna be really energized come Game 3.
Man, some people don't believe in Indiana on this couch,
Yeah, I believe it. Huh?
Who don't believe in it?
I mean, there's only one Indiana player I believed in, and that was you. You already know that. No, because my second All-Star when I got snubbed, he got hurt, and that's how I made it. So, I always cherish that moment. I mean, he got hurt, but. That's my guy right. Yeah, that's my guy right there because of it. I always tell him that. That's my guy, man. You're the savior, dog.
Hey, dog,
but I
we
think-
tied together for the rest of our life.
for the rest of our lives. So I'm with you. I think they can win one game. I do.
Damn, one game?
Yeah, I got one
This
game.
boy crazy.
Man. Because what you guys are good at is where they're excellent at on defense, right? And because they do play big and their bigs are bigs, right? It's going to be hard for Miles to play inside out against this team. And since they switch everything very aggressive, if Hali does what Hali does and you got, let's say, 6 games, 3 of those games, it seems like he's disinterested offensively. And if he plays that style against them, it will show, right? If we get the Hali that's trying to get a triple-double, now we're talking about different series. But it seems like he really goes in a game sometimes thinking, I want to be a pure point guard. And I want to get 10, 15 assists. And whenever he's at his best, it's when he's offensively engaged, coming downhill, trying to score, which opens up the passing lane. And usually he's only doing that 3 out of 6 games.
Well, I'll tell you this. On the Miles Turner deal, Hellcat was a load, right? And so I don't think that OKC has somebody like Karl Anthony Towns, right? I mean,
sure.
he was tough to deal with off the dribble, behind the 3-point line. You had to honor any fake that he gave, and he was physical. I don't think Chet Holmgren presents that same level of problem. So I think that matchup will be a lot better for Miles Turner. Now, I would agree with you from a perspective of Haliburton when it comes to, when he wants to take over a game and when he wants to be second or third dairy. The thing with him is, being at that game is watching him. He's a basketball savant, and you can see his eyes, like he's always viewing the floor. And I believe sometimes he believes if he sets the table for his teammates first, they're going to be in a better situation. And in some cases, that is the truth. But it won't be that case against OKC because obviously we know I think they had an NBA record all time, and in margin of points differential this year in their win. So OKC doesn't allow you. I agree, they don't allow you to be passive because they'll go up by 30 quickly. But I don't think we're going to see that same Tyrese Haliburton because he understood what that got him. In this previous series, I think it was Game 5 in New York, where he wasn't very aggressive at all. But I expect to see a better version of him, a even more intense version of him, come Game 1 of the NBA Finals.
Yeah. OKC good in the half court. Defensively, absolutely. Pacers play fast, man. They're not going to give them guys a chance to be setting that defense up every possession. Like, they getting that ball out, man. He looking up the floor. They running. So that's the beauty of not having to play against that set defense every time. Like I said, Joe, I told the guys the other day, Joe, they remind the Indiana team reminds me a lot of my Nets teams that made it to the finals. Like, they remind me a lot of those teams, right? We play fast, we defend. On any given night, somebody could have a big night scoring, but J. Kidd was going to be the staple, always like Hali. And on any given night, Kerry could go for 30, RJ could go for 30, I could give you that. It just didn't matter. So you couldn't lock in on that. But we were going to play fast, and we were going to defend you no matter what.
That's hard to stop, man.
So I think that's the style of play that they've adapted to and that they are doing now, which I think is going to be challenging for OKC. I ain't saying it's going to get them to the top, but I think it's going to be challenging for them.
Man, I would agree, man. They are almost identical to what the style of play that you guys had. The thing that I do like about, and I would agree with you on that, anybody can hurt you on any given night. That's a big thing, man. Nobody knew that. I think it was T. Bryant that hit those three threes and that bust the game open in Game 6.
Game 6, yep.
Yeah, nobody knew he was going to do that. I mean, but that goes to show you how they believe in each other. I will say this too, that I don't want people to underestimate this. And them boys picking up full court like it's college.
Hey, listen. That is a thing, man. That's a thing because they're trying to speed the game up so much, and just like you guys, even when the other team scores, they're trying to. It's like they're trying to score again. And if OKC can try to figure out
They force you to play
how not to give up fast points, like you can't be worked all the way down the fucking court the whole goddamn You know, you sitting here bouncing, trying to get through the goddamn press, and then they come down there and score 2 points. Eventually that wearing, you be like, God damn.
Or it forces you to try to play that way.
Yeah.
Or it forces you to play faster than you want to play.
Yeah.
Right? It forces you, now you got, oh shit, they scored, we got to score. So now you into this game
that's their game,
they've
not
been
yours.
playing all fucking year long, right?
But they had, what, 58 plus fast break points?
Yeah, I think plus 58.
Shea
Is that a
got
record?
picked up. Shane got picked up full court.
Also dominated bench
But
points.
it's multiple guys, though. They throwing multiple guys at you picking up your full court. It
That's
ain't
what I'm
just
saying.
one
He
guy
ain't
like
dealt with that.
I'm saying they got Dort that does that for OKC.
Yeah.
They got T.J. McConnell, Nimhard,
what I'm
Shepard,
saying.
the other shooter kid, Naismith. These guys picking you up full court,
Full
right?
court.
So they just gonna throw multiple guys at him and try to
Yep.
wear him out and make him get off the ball.
Have to have Dort bring that motherfucker.
Man, I'm gonna tell you
I
what
think
I
y'all got a
didn't-
chance, brother.
Man, listen, we got more than a chance. I'm
think
trying to
y'all-
tell you.
real shot. Y'all got a real shot.
Y'all got a chance to win the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what you.
Listen,
Multiple
bro.
games, good.
No,
Listen,
not multiple.
I didn't even realize Pascal Siakam was even that damn fast until the past game. He was,
That motherfucker get out.
bruh, he was like a deer.
Yeah.
I mean, if they play at that pace, it reminds me a lot of when the Phoenix Suns, right, when they had Steve Nash. They just wore you down on just the offensive side, the fast break side. They got the ball out fast, and you had to sprint back. So imagine having to sprint back every single time. That should have some sort of impact on your efficiency when they get the ball back. You know, when you go down on the offensive side, you might be a little bit tired. So them 3 balls may not be falling because your legs are tired.
All right, man. I give y'all like. It could go to game. It could go to game.
But
six.
OKC got balance.
It could go to game 6, man. But you know,
They both got balance.
So, Jay, let's talk a little bit about Tyrese Haliburton. He was voted as the most overrated player in the league by some anonymous players, as proceeded to start cooking. Since doing that, a lot of people thought he should have been the Eastern Conference Finals MVP, even though not disappointed to see Siakam do it based on everything he did. But how impressed are you with Haliburton's emergence in these playoffs, and really these last 2 playoffs?
And it's crazy, like the overrated thing is kind of crazy to me, man. I think a lot of it is, man, to be a superstar in our league, man, like you have to learn that process. And I think, you know, what he's been doing is, again, he's a basketball savant and he's a pass first point guard, you know, trying to learn how to take over games. You have to give him a little bit of grace when it comes to that. I think from a perspective, now he's getting it. He's starting to understand it. And he's been impressive, you know, throughout this process, you know, of the playoffs, where he's making big shots, game winning shots. You know, he's having bounce back games and he's staying consistent. So I'm not really surprised. Like, you know, obviously I watched the Pacers play. He's been doing a lot of that stuff all year. I think the biggest issue that he had with this overrated thing was, hey, I'm going to go for 30 this game, and then I'm going to come back and I got 12 or 10 or 9 or whatever it is the next game. And I think people don't really know how to evaluate that when they see that. They look at it as inconsistency, and in many ways, he's trying to be the best version of himself. A lot like Jay Kidd, though, Kenyon, with what you said. You know, Jay Kidd can hurt you in many ways, but if he sets that table, his team is that much better when he's setting the table.
Being aggressive, putting pressure on the rim, and then it's everything else comes easy.
I think he's getting. I can see what he's saying and why somebody would say overrated, because the scoring part of it is inconsistent.
Yeah.
But that's just how he plays. It's no different than you got to treat him like the Magic, the Stockton, all of them, where they're not trying to score 30 every night. So you can't compare him to Shea. You can't compare him to Luka in a Brunson style where their points is sitting here, right? You just got to look at the totality of how they play the game and judge it game to game.
The impact that he's having on each
Impact.
individual.
Yeah. Even though I have
Listen,
10 today, I got 14 assists.
But I have no turnover.
Yeah, I
right?
got no
So
turnover,
it's
yeah.
that shit, right? It's the
But-
things that.
but, you know, we
the
don't care
average
about
fan-
that for the
the
most
average fan don't know to look at, right? 15 and no turnovers, 14 and 3 turnovers, 15 and 2. Those matter. Those are extra possessions that we get that we're not giving it to the other team. So those things matter when we're talking about winning basketball.
Yeah.
But I guess it always depends on who's evaluating it, ain't it?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, you know, if you bust my ass, you overrated. So, you know, that's how players do it. You know what I mean? You talk a lot of shit, you overrated. You know that's really how this game goes.
Hey,
You can't give the players shit to vote.
Hey, J.O., speaking of playoffs, right, I think we were the last group that played first round 5 games. I suggest that they go back to the first round 5 games. I know it's a money thing. I get it's a money thing. I know that. But
Yeah.
for the competition of it, and because they do it backwards, right? During the first round, you got 3 days off in between the games. Next round, you got less games. Conference finals, you got 1 game in between. So I think if you do it that way, first round 5 games, there's less rest in between those first 5 games. It's a shorter first round, and you make motherfuckers come out and hoop.
No, I'm with you on that. But I think the problem is where these teams getting their ass beat so fast in the first round. Like, they gotta give them some. They gotta give them some more opportunities, man. Because I mean, I've never seen so many 30, 40-point blowouts in the playoffs. Like, how is that a thing?
Yes. And tricking games off at the end as well, right? This has been one of the craziest playoffs. It's blowouts and blown leads and give the game away.
But But if you watch it, Kmart, there's just things that when we played, there was educated players on the court that didn't do certain things. There was just certain things you didn't do at certain moments of the game.
Because you weren't in a position to
Because you wasn't in position to go. Now, you know, if I threw it, if you doubled me and I threw it to the guy you came off of, back then he was smart enough not to shoot the ball. Right? There's a reason they doubled off of you, because you was the weakling. The weakling didn't just chuck shots up just because he got the ball. Now, he was smart enough to, you know, and then dribble back to you, give the ball back. Like,
threw that bitch out to Scott Pollard and he shot a 3, boy, you would lose your shit. Hey, you would lose your shit. You threw that overcut, he shot it.
Just imagine a turn 5. We call it a turn 5, and they came from this guy, and I had to throw it there first to then try to get it back to run our play, and he shot it. You over here like, nigga, what the fuck you doing? That's not right, because back then you still had to run the play because that's the bread and butter. Now, you know, you got plays, and I'm sitting here like, yo, that's not the time to shoot the ball. You taking this shot, you taking this shot, why y'all not revert? And I'm just seeing a whole lot of people who's you're supposed to be on the court because you are an efficient player, but this is not your time to be doing what you're doing, and it's causing a lot of mistakes during the worst time of the game.
Man, I say this, man, y'all, it's crazy that y'all say this, man. I think like this analytic thing is getting people fired. It's getting people fired. It is completely taking away time and possession, right? You know, remember when we were playing, you get down 18 in a playoff game, you got to be thinking about the next game. Right? That shit's over, right? You're not about to come back down 14-17 with 2.5 minutes to go and you lose a game.
That didn't happen.
But that would never happen, bro. If you down 20 going into the fourth, boy, it's
shit.
Bro, I'm telling you, thinking about, okay, well, then we got to get these boys out of the game because we got to get ready for the next game. But now in the NBA, a 20-point game can be dissolved in a matter of like 3 minutes. And so, you know, it's crazy that I asked these coaches, I said, man, do you guys not talk about time and possession? I get the 3 ball. Y'all like shooting the 3 ball over the 2. You know, if it ain't at the basket, then, it's got to be a 3. But this shit is crazy. I mean, how these teams are tricking off opportunities, man. And then the style of play where, you know, you got one person holding on to the ball the entire time, the entire possession, and then taking a contested shot, and then allow another team to run out. So I don't really recognize a lot of that style of play, but I will say, if you're trying to win a championship, man, you got to get the ball to the right people. You got to understand time of possession. You got to understand, you know, who to get it to when they need to get it to. And you're not seeing a lot of that. That ball does end up in the wrong people's hand a lot, especially bumped up against the shot clock.
So you talk about Pacers fans, you know, Hali being voted overrated, but got a lot of love amongst Pacers fans. So one fan took his admiration of the choke Selly moment in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals to a whole nother level. We got a clip right here for all y'all to check out.
Wow.
Got the Haliburton
No way.
tattoo on his calf with the words, "With the Haliburton." So Jay, when you see stuff like this, what's your reaction, just the love that Hali's getting from these fans? Obviously, second finals appearance in franchise history, but getting another man tattooed on your calf like that.
Bruh.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Listen, I appreciate the love, man. Obviously, you know, they love the Pacers, man, and rightfully so. But damn, like That's not even the originator of the choke sign, right? If you gonna do it, you gotta put Reggie on there though. If you're gonna do the choke sign.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess different strokes for different folks.
Yeah,
Who winning? Who winning? Y'all team or this team?
What?
In the 7th game? I'm just
Who
asking.
team?
Who the fuck you think he
Which
is?
team?
I don't
My-
know.
Oh, he said, oh, your.
His team.
Oh.
Ron,
You talking about with me, Ron, and
Yeah.
nah, we winning for sure.
Oh, yeah, that's, man.
think so?
We're
Ron
gonna.
always say that that's his biggest like letdown. He mad he like didn't get you a championship and shit. He used to say that on the team.
That
all the time.
04-05
Yeah,
Pacers team.
he
Metta
said-
World Peace said that he thought that team could win a championship. Obviously, that was the year of the Malice in the Palace. But Jay, when you look at that squad, you think that 04-05 squad, do you agree with Metta World Peace saying that was a championship level team?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, remember now we had just
Yeah.
lost in the conference finals the year before, and obviously we had some challenges internally, and we got that far, right? And so we knew coming back. All of us came back early. I think we might have showed up to Indianapolis maybe almost a month and a half, 2 months early, and just started training together. We felt like we had the team, had the roster, most importantly, had the experience to go out and win it. And then obviously, the situation happened and it derailed it. But we definitely had a team that was built to win, and not only win that year, but win, can at least be in position to compete, for a conference championship and the NBA championship, year over year. But it just didn't happen that way.
And the fact that I left the conference too also helped y'all ass as well. So.
Hell no! Listen, we at that point we was already ready to go.
In fact, come on now, let's not do
The
that.
team that we had, bro, we had interior defense, we had perimeter defense, and we can score it at the same time. So, and then getting Jack really helped change the dynamic from a toughness on the wing perspective, big guard, big wing, and then obviously Jamal Tinsley was a general as well.
Now y'all was happy to see me go. Don't lie, nigga.
Nah. Listen, we was planning on putting boot to ass everybody. At that point, we was like, whoever they put in front of us, we ready to put some boot to ass.
So J.L. Kenyon obviously prized himself for his defense. Y'all met and faced each other in the playoffs. What was it like having Kenyon guard you in those playoff series matchups?
Kenyon was a tough defender. I mean, he was obviously I was bigger than him, but he always was able to get low. Like this nigga was always low. Like I'm like, well, how this nigga this low? And every time I come down the court. So, but it was. I'm gonna tell you, it was a lot of that era was a power forward era too, right? And so the level of respect that we had for each other, obviously we knew each other. We had played on the USA team together, but it was war every time. Like it was. I mean, we had one game where. It was back-to-back games. Ken, you might remember that. You dunked on me in Indy.
Yes.
And then I came back to Jersey and I post-move dunked you.
Yes.
It was that thing, right? Where you remember that. Like you couldn't wait because this man bringing some real shit to the table, right? And so it wasn't no nights off and let me go on here, let me go be out all night because that wasn't the matchup to do it with.
Oh yeah, no, we was gonna get it. We were gonna battle. Now he was one of them dudes, man, that brought every night. Cause you saw the work that he had put in to become the player that he was, coming from high school and the Portland days, and now he's in India. He's an all-star, and he's this and So I was a young guy. Like my first year, he was already him. He was becoming. He was that already. Mm. So then my second year is when we played him in the playoffs, and it was every possession. So. Mm-hmm. He made me get better. J.O. made me get in the lab and made me study defensive tendencies and different things like that. Cause, I'm prideful. So I'm like, it was like I said, some mutual respect, man. But they team Indiana was fucking good.
So, Ken, how many all defensive team you made?
None.
What?
None.
Shit, me neither. And I led the league in blocks and didn't make one of the two.
That's crazy, right?
Crazy.
So y'all, and you did the same as us.
Yeah,
we ain't play no defense.
Right? Every night, right? Every night we had the matchups. Every single night. There was no nights off at that spot, man. We give a fuck who you. If it was just a guy who didn't score, you knew he was a fucking rebounder, so you had to box him out. So you had some guys that did both, some guys that just. So every night you had some guy that you had to deal with to some level.
And that's why I tell people, when y'all look at percentages from guards in that era, you're looking at it wrong, right? This era don't have bigs that's protecting the basket.
Yeah.
That era had 2 of them. Yeah. You had the 4 and the 5, right? Right. There was the 4 and the big 4s and 5s. This ain't the 80s where the 4-man is undersized 4 that's about 6'6", 7. Then we had footers back then we had to try to get through. So yeah, I shot 41%. That was efficient going against what I was going against.
Right, it was a confidence. You gotta get one of them up. If you dunked on one of them,
I gotta get the back hard. Then he jumped. If I got the 41%, that's a good ass job.
No, so
10 for 25. Good night.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying about that shit.
that shit used to be different.
Like it's like you played the 4.
Yeah.
That shit used to be different.
You wasn't the 5, man.
Definitely wasn't the
4.
5, man. I had motherfuckers next. Yeah, I had nigga next to me like, hey.
Oh yeah, he been 5 right now.
Yeah, like he the 5 man. Yeah. All right, good. But then you stand over there with that nigga in that corner. Let me go down. Let me go down here and make this easy lay.
So, Jay, I want to go back to something real quick before we move forward. So you said that 2005 Pacers squad was championship caliber. We asked our chat on the show if that was a championship level squad. 72% of our chat agrees with you that Pacers squad. We got a lot of young people in the chat too, so that just shows the magnitude that team and the impact that team had. But let's go back to the beginning. You were drafted 17th overall straight out of high school to the Portland Trail Blazers, 1996. At that time, you were the youngest player to ever play in an NBA game. You got drafted at 17, played your first NBA game when you were 18. So in your 4 years there, you saw them eventually reach the conference finals with guys like Scottie Pippen, Rasheed Wallace, Arvydas Sabonis, Steve Smith, Bonzi Wells, Damon Stoudemire, just to name a few. But how was it starting your career in Portland? What was that experience like for you coming there, 17, 18 years old, playing with these grown-ass men?
Man, it was different, man. Like, you go from high school and you're the best player on the court every time you step on the court, and then you go into the NBA and you like the 4th best person at your position, right? And so, obviously, from that perspective, it was a big transition. But what I will say is, and this is why I think, these NBA teams got to do a better job at is, you always hear about the struggles of players, right? But the question that nobody asks is, what was in place for these players to be successful? Right. And so from my perspective, the Portland Trail Blazers were prepared for a 17-year-old. Right. We had like a life coach. We had a sports psychiatrist. The town was like, I was like a second son. And so they knew they were getting a teenager, and they knew that it was a process that I needed to go through, and they were prepared for that. They were invested into that. And so, you having the organization behind me from that perspective, not really necessarily putting the pressure on you, to come in right away and impact the organization. I just wasn't ready at that particular time. But making sure that I was in a process, and I had a process daily, and that was like my college one-on-one. And not to mention having a guy because they change that team every year a little bit. My first year was obviously Sabonis, Gary Trent, Antonio Wingfield, Rasheed Wallace, J.R. Ryder, Kenny Anderson, Stacey Augmon, OG. Shout out to Stacey Augmon, man. And then it dwarfed into like Brian Grant, Steve Smith, Detlef Schrempf, Kevin Cato.
Kevin Cato.
Man, it was a lot, man, and I got a chance to really take my time and pick ingredients of what I wanted from different players and put it into my game. And obviously, been in practice, the practice was tougher than the games. I got to go against Sheed, I got to go against Antonio, I got to go against Brian Grant, I got to go against Sabonis, and I'm getting different levels of types of games. And then it was able to put me in a position so when I got traded, everything else was easy at that point because I was dealing with them boys every day in practice for 4 years.
Shout out to Antonio Wingfield, man. He don't get a lot of that, man. That Cincinnati Bearcat don't get a lot of love out here in these streets.
That's rare, though. That's rare because you don't normally have all that sports psychology and stuff.
No.
Not back then.
We had that shit when I was in.
That's what I'm saying.
That shit I was doing.
We tried it, though, but...
But bro, why would you pay somebody millions of dollars and you ain't invested into their success?
Yeah, that's rare to think about that.
I get because 96. I mean, that's still early.
But this is the
going into high school.
Hold on, fuck that. Name the list you came into the NBA. Go start over again. Name your teammates when you got drafted in '96. Name your teammates. Go.
It was Kenny Anderson,
Yes.
Walt Williams, Cliff Robinson, Chris Dudley, Sabonis, Stacey Augman.
Niggas, foreigner.
Arvidas was about that too.
So who else?
People don't know.
It was a
Eastern
few
Bloc.
more niggas you named after that. So
Cliff Robinson.
nigga.
Yeah, it was Cliff, and then obviously it changed every year. So it was
Dog, but he was a nigga at heart. He's a nigga.
yeah, 100%.
I'm saying these them dogs. So no. When it came in, the situation he came into,
No.
I'm saying they needed a team side. They needed people in place
Man, they wasn't
to help this kid coming into like. Trust me, he got off the porch and been falling.
But still,
God rest Cliff Robinson's soul, man.
Yeah. Nah, it was real. It was.
I'm just saying, like, these are facts. These are known things that guys in the league, you've been around, you know who got down, who smoked, who drank, who partied, who to stay. So they were trying to help this kid stay away from fucking certain influences. So it takes a village.
But you don't normally think.
No, but what I'm saying, like even in '96,
My ass.
because '96 is only what you was it KG before you.
Kobe same draft.
Kobe came in the same year. Was it T-Mac before that?
T-Mac
Next
the
year.
year before.
Huh?
A year
It was the
after.
next year.
The next year.
97.
So you guys were the second crop of high school kids, right?
Well, it was Ticket in '95,
Then-
me and Kobe in '96, and Mac in '97.
97. So they wasn't, when I came in 2001, it seemed like they wasn't prepared for young guys. They didn't have no
Who that was?
regiment.
That was the Warriors.
No, I'm just now. So I'm saying, like, so
That
for
team
him to have stability already was
Forward thinking was
forward thinking. That like you consider that a great program.
Yeah.
Because for the
But
most part,
that's-
they wasn't prepared for what an 18-year-old is going to do. Like, 'cause remember, we can't drink, we can't go out. There's no babysitting that young, like to know what an 18-year-old. We don't know how to prepare shit. We don't know what the cleaners look like. We eat McDonald's for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers out there at lunch buying, let me get a KFC. Give me just a big box. So that's lunch, dinner, and breakfast the next day, right? So,
eating that motherfucker.
right? Because even when I got to Washington, they already had Quam, right? They wasn't prepared for him. Right?
Oh, yeah.
When I got there, I'm trying to convince them what a player lounge looked like, right? How to get breakfast. I didn't taste my first food on the road until LeBron James in Cleveland. He was the first road team to feed. It wasn't Dallas yet. It was Cleveland. I thought our team did like, oh shit, yo. It was like, nah, this from us. I mean, this from them. Like, okay, all right, cool. Like, so, in your era, getting treatment that early, like understanding that, that was cool.
That was.
Like I said,
No, it was dope, man. Like they, I mean, shit. Aaron McKee and Gary Trent, they picked me up from the airport.
Boss, you got good vets.
Yeah, good
It
vets.
was,
No.
Yeah,
they
good
got
vets.
great vets.
I had good vets my rookie year when I got in.
No, I had good vets too, but I was an asshole,
fucked
so I got fucked up. I got fucked up early.
So I got so JL. So you was there when my teammate got slammed, right?
Who?
Rude.
Nah, I was gone. I was
You was
gone.
gone already when he got
Yeah, he was going. Yeah, 2000.
was
Yeah,
gone.
2001 too.
Oh, that was
2002. Yeah,
Damn, it was that late.
yeah. That's when they got the young boy him, Quintel Woods. Yeah.
I thought you was in the locker room. I was going like, man, how y'all let that go down?
So Jay, you spent your first 4 seasons in Portland. Obviously, didn't play as much as you want to, but got to learn a lot from those vets that you had. You get traded to the Pacers. That's where your career really starts to take off. So, what changed for you when you got traded to the Pacers?
I was ready to go, bro. To be honest, man. Like I said, you go through that process for 4 years, and the mental wherewithal that you got to have, if you go back and you look, I was a free agent after 3 back then on that scale. I re-signed back with him thinking that we was going to win the championship. We had just lost in the conference finals against the Spurs. And so I re-signed a new 4-year deal, and I'm playing less minutes after being promised, that I was going to play, at least 24 minutes a game. I'm playing less minutes my 4th year than I did my 3rd and 2nd year. Right. And I got 3 more years left on the deal. So it was one of those things where I was already prepared mentally. I already been tested because I was going through, the process. And then, back then, when you're a high school kid, you in comparison. Like they comparing you to, to the next player. And then they saying, oh, these kids are bust when in all actuality, I just wasn't given a chance. Right. And so, when I got to Indy, I won most improved right away because I was already seasoned and ready to go. So when I got there, it was like more like, hey, let me show people what I got. And it was just building from there.
For sure. So Gil was the subject of a Netflix documentary, Untold Shooting Guards, talking about the situation in the locker room, obviously streaming right now. You were executive producer on the Netflix documentary on the Malice in the Palace. So how often does the Malice at the Palace get mentioned to you, even still to this day?
Bro, that's always been a sensitive topic for me, man. So much had changed, was changed, so much was affected. So when people always would say something to me, I would just tense up about it, right? I'm already aggressive, mentality. So it's like, I didn't really want to talk about it. And I was a little bit upset because I thought it was more celebrated than it was broken down in the way it should be, right? And so when you in a situation and you go into these arenas and you expect for the intensity, for the opposing crowd to be, that's what makes sports, right? You want to go and you want to perform against, all odds. But to be in a situation where just an unfortunate situation happened and then the narrative be created and delivered to the public, and you don't have an opportunity to even explain. So people don't realize we wasn't able to talk about this thing for 10 years. Man. So when the narrative's being created, right, we had, legal, civil, like we had all kind of, state, charges in this process. And to have to sit mute and watch people not only dissect you as a person, as a player, but your entire league. Right, because then it became more about, hey, the league is too hood, it's too hip hop, it's too this, it's too that. They need to put in a dress code, and that was tough for me, man. That was, for a person that really had to really get it out of the mud, to watch things be dismantled and people react. You can understand initially how the NBA would react or how teams would react when it initially happened, but when the smoke cleared, that was the one that was most disappointing because anybody in that right situation, from my perspective, I can't speak for Ron, I can't speak for Jack on why they did what they did, but a lot of it is when it comes down to, when you talk about leadership, right? Leadership, people think it's only about being in a corporate office or being at your house. But when people in your ass and they trying to hurt you and your teammates, leadership kicks in as well, right? And so, like I said on Zebo and Tony Allen's podcast, that was like my first time really getting in depth in it. Outside of that, that Netflix deal, was people don't realize a dude had just grabbed me around my neck, right? And so I had just got the guy off me, put him on the scores table, and if you look at the clip, right, you'll see me look this way. And you see the same guy that I hit was the same guy that Ron got into it with, the same guy that was on top of Anthony Johnson. They were on the court that long. And at that point, I'm not only trying to defend myself, but I'm trying to defend others because now we ain't got no help. Right. And so, it bothers me that we're 20 plus years post that and people still talk about that. That's something that, I don't want to be remembered for because I feel like I gave more to the game than putting somebody down, right? But I would say this in that perspective, it's a human part of this, man, that people have to recognize, man. If one of those people hit me in the head with that chair or those brooms or all that stuff that they were trying to hit us with and killed me, then who would have been taking care of my family? Like, is it being a thug or is it taking care of business where you can get out of there, and get home safely and soundly? And that's the thing that I think was mishandled in a very poor way. Not initially, because I understood that, but once the smoke cleared, you could have just came back and said, you know what? And again, this is me talking about me. Sport J.O. won the Community Assist Award 3 times, right? He put millions of dollars into the communities. Right? He had never been to jail. He had never did this. He never did anything like, right. But you're gonna say that this one punch on this man that, by the way, was trying to hurt my teammate, is going to define who he is. And that's crazy to me, bro. That's crazy. People make decisions all the time, and that is control decisions. But this I didn't have any control in this situation.
Yeah, for real.
Do you think, like a lot of the frustration as a basketball player, where you were going, do you think a lot of frustration comes for you came back that year, right?
Mm-hmm.
That because of this, did you feel the NBA was like, yeah, we don't want to put you on the All-NBA team. We just going just keep your name out of the light for themselves to feel better? Like you was being, like they was looking past what you were doing on the basketball court and say, oh, yeah. He's averaging this 20 and 9, it's 24 and 10.
24, that, yeah.
Yeah, 24 and 10, just, don't mention them so people don't talk about it. And it kind of like stop you from just jumping to that next level of who you actually was.
Yeah, I can't, honestly, bro, I can't even fathom what they were thinking about, because when you go through that legal process, bro, it's to the very detail, right? Mm-hmm. And so when you go, with me taking the NBA to court, and say, hey, that's not right, and I win, and that's broken down to to a federal judge, and he says, okay, well, nah, this is crazy. You should have never been suspended, right? You think about that part, but it went deeper for me because I put the NBA aside. The NBA has been amazing to me and my family. Mm-hmm. Right? Amazing, right? And I don't have anything negative to say about the NBA because very few of us get an opportunity to do that. The thing that really hurt me more than anything is because when I already had a tough upbringing, right? And then then I had this thing with my dad, right? And I met my dad. I didn't meet my dad till I was 13 years in the NBA. I was 30 years old, right? So I was already battling this demon every day, bro. Literally, I would see a teammate or a peer, and he'd be with his daddy, and I'm triggered right away, right? And I carried that since I was like a little boy, right? And so I had these amazing moments, and I ain't had nobody to share it with, so I never felt valued, if you will, right? And so as I got older, it was this thing where I'm battling this demon every day. I don't have a moment to, like, when I'm going through my struggles, to call my pops and say, hey, pops, I need you to help me out here. I need you to come and check on me. I need you, hey, are you proud of me, man? Or what do you think about this? I ain't had that moment, right? And so when I got to Indy, it was like this love that was created. Like, I love that city, bro. I love that organization because they gave me a chance to show what I really was, right? I love Portland too for giving me opportunity in the Allen family for drafting me at 17, but I didn't have any success there. Right. So when I got to Indy, it was one of those things where I was like, man, I'm willing to run through the wall for this. Right. I'm willing to support. I took on the city as I was born there. Right. And so to watch that situation back away from me in the time that I needed them the most, that broke me, bro. Like, I'm talking about, bro, it was one of those things, bro, where if and I think that's why I'm around kids so much, because I get and I understand, like, the challenges, right? When you deal with abandonment issues and you're trying to figure out your worth and the value that, you believe that you should get based off the working time that you put into things, right? Because you can go the other way, right? You can go, whoop somebody ass, go to jail, prison, whatever it may be. You can choose other ways to do it. But when you do it right and that value is deteriorated because of a situation, that part really bugged me out. And I was so hurt from it because I thought for sure at some point somebody would have came and said, you know what, he just a good quality dude, bro. Like, he do it the right way, right? And it never came. And it made me bitter towards anything basketball, bro. Like, anything. I was bitter towards the Pacers. I was bitter towards the NBA. So I wouldn't do, I've been asked to do television a lot, and I just like, nah, I ain't doing it, bro, because I didn't feel that level of support. So beyond what actually happened, it's the reaction. Mm-hmm. To me, that was the worst part of it. And I had to deal with it and try to shake it off. And honestly, just now coming to peace with it.
No, Same with the gun in the locker room situation. It was like everything I've done for the city, right? Scores for schools, all the give backs, and a situation that happens that has no victim, just two niggas just being stupid, and I get thrown out and outcasted, and it's like I do one mistake. The 99 things I've done, it all gets clear with one mistake. Then it came to the point, then the fuck is it all for then?
Nope.
Right? Why do I need to help anybody? Like it's like, you know what I mean? It's like I'm batting 99% and this is how I'm treated. Right. So I went into a dark place. I remember when I got traded, I grew my face hair because I don't want you to recognize me no more. And then when I moved to, when I got traded to Orlando, I tinted all my windows black. So people didn't even know I lived there. Throwing up every morning, didn't watch basketball, went into just hiding. And then I realized at the end of the day, no one gave a fuck.
Yeah.
So if you're not gonna care, then I'm not gonna care. So that's when No Chill was built. Then I'm gonna build my armor back, and then I'm gonna just be more vicious.
Yeah.
Right? And then throughout the way I just found the love again. So I got my personality back. But just like what you're saying, that when you give, and you mess up one time, human nature, human behavior, and everything you've ever done gets thrown out the window. They only remember you for this. That's crazy.
Crazy, bro. And it's so crazy, man. It's crazy to hear your story because I never, all of my love was gone. I didn't have the same desire. It's like showing up to the crib and you got a joint, that you support and, like your wife or whatever, girl, whatever. And she don't care nothing about you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? She doing you wrong, intentionally doing you wrong. Right? That is a hard pill to swallow when you're a competitor, right? The league is too good, not to have fire, because if you don't have that fire desire, you're gonna melt down anyway because the players are just too good. Mm-hmm. And from my perspective, as soon as that happened, when that love lost, my body broke down.
Yep.
Right? Because I was no longer my mind was in a different place, bro. And it was tough, bro. It was like this thing, this consistent thing. It was like, bro, my son was born, and my son was born premature, right? And in my mind, I'm like, bro, what did I do? Right? And his lungs collapsed. Then my mother, right after that, my mother, her boyfriend or her husband, shot himself in his head. I gotta hold him together, right? Literally, all of this stuff happened, boom, right after that.
Mm-hmm.
So it was hard to love the game, especially when you felt like the game didn't love you back.
Yeah. Is it the support y'all want from a certain individual, or just a whole of the team or a city? What?
The same people that was patting you on your back when you're doing well, you want them same people to have your back when things are not going so well.
That's what I'm saying. But
right?
It's like,
it ain't just one particular person.
I know, but his teammates used to be there. Because I know I was trying to get you.
No, you were trying. Yeah, you seen me go from still being cool to man, fuck all this, man.
Always did.
You know what? Me personally,
that's what it is.
I don't know who I wanted the love from, but I know it had to be from something bigger than what it was.
Yeah, okay.
Right? You know what I mean? I'm cool with 5 or 10 people that I didn't know. Right? You saying fuck you. Cool.
Yeah.
I don't know y'all anyway. But not the motherfuckers I helped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My teammates not calling me.
That hurt the most. And
I remember they told you, hey, don't call them no more. Yeah. The fact that you niggas listened.
Yeah.
Did you listen to them? Yeah. Right? I'm letting you niggas use my credit card. Y'all can charge y'all. Yeah, they can use my credit card.
They told them not to call you no more, bro?
Yeah, charge the food. You can charge my room on you. You go there, you got a little joint, and you want to buy some bottles and charge it to my room. And I didn't care. So the fact that y'all wasn't checking on me and y'all was really going on fuck all this, nigga. I'm going to be the all-star now.
Yeah.
It was just one of those things where it was like, yeah. right? I'm good. Just give me my motherfucking money, right? So when people think I got blackballed, no, I just said, you know what? I'm getting paid to sit on the couch. This is my thank you, Gilbert. 3 years, sit on the couch, $66 million. That was my reward. And I was like, I don't need to run, jump, hum, nothing, no more. And I get $66 million sitting on my motherfucking couch, and that's what I was gonna do. You know, I'm not gonna do one more line drill for nobody because I did 3 times a day. Right, I sacrificed fucking 3 injuries in 14 months for the organization, for somebody to say, hey, yo, GA, we like what you're doing. So the fact that I didn't get that, it was like, all right, I'm going to just sit on the couch, collect these checks then. Cool, I'm
I
good.
understand how big that be sometimes. All you want is a checkup, shit.
It's just a checkup. Hey, G, how you doing?
Man.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm doing good. I'm doing good, boss. I'm working. I'm working on my leg.
Right?
I got this game ready on, waiting for next season. I don't know what I wanted, but it felt like I needed something.
Out of sight, out of mind, dog.
Yeah. That's why even today, like, you know, I won't say, you know, the players I do, but when a player gets injured or something happens to him, even though I don't know him, I send a, hey, man, how you doing? I hope you're doing good this week. Man, just keep going. Right now, because I know how I felt then. I don't even know these motherfuckers half the time. Hey, send a DM. You might not see it for fucking 3 years from now, but this shit's gonna be in there.
Well, Jermaine, we know you got to take off, man. We appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to pull up. Jermaine O'Neal, the legend. Appreciate all the stuff you're doing for the community, too, giving back with the coaching. Looking forward to seeing your son do his thing at SMU as well, J.O. Appreciate you.
Man. Hey, fellas, I appreciate y'all having me on, man. I got to say this, Gil, Pacers in 6.
Uh-oh. Hey, because I'm a bandwagon jumper, I do got my Pacers stuff ready to go.
I was about to say, didn't you just have a jersey or something like that?
Yeah. Oh, no, because I'm a Laker fan, so right now I'm just all over the place and I'm celebrating. So if y'all do win, you will see me at the parade. For sure.
It'd be me and you both then.
J.O., appreciate you, brother. Take care, man. Thank you for pulling up the Gills Arena, presented by Underdog. Whoop.
All right, fellas.
So quick before we go to MostlyFans, I wanted to talk about your reaction. You talked about Malice in the Palace. So I remember I was a senior in college, 2004, at my grandmother's house watching this thing go down. We all played in the Pac-10. You know, when you go to places like Oregon, Stanford, they could be really rowdy, right? And you live for that opportunity. I wish one of these fans would do something crazy so we could, you know, put hands on them. But when I look back at the reaction of the league in that moment, I don't think the Pacers did anything wrong, right? You had Artest sitting on the table, headphones on, somebody throws something at him. Maybe the reaction is overblown, but if he just sits there and nothing happens, that game ends, they go on about their day. But what was your experience like watching?
There's only a few cities. I'm just saying there's only a few cities that the crowd is just as active as the play. Like, there's just some cities that they can't have certain personalities over there. You know what I mean? Like Detroit, they couldn't have Kenyon or goddamn Draymond Green because they act just like them.
But what is the odds of that shit just landing right on his face?
Well, that was a great ass pass.
That's a great.
But
that's what
you know, it's just a great ass pass. You know what I mean?
Like, and it's who it hit. Like, what if it would have hit Kenyon?
But like
that motherfucker too.
No, but it just.
Nah, I don't know.
See the thing.
I don't know.
So this is so he wouldn't have never got.
See, that's why I'm trying to
Just hear me out. It would have never got to that point because me and Ben would have threw hands.
Oh,
Ben pushed me, I'm throwing hands. It would have never got to anything further. It would have never got to Malice in the Palace.
Oh, you thought, okay.
But you don't think the fans would have reacted anyway?
No.
Just that fan group?
No. If Ben and Ron fouled Ben, right?
Yeah.
Ben got up, pushed Ron in the chest. Game stops.
And he
right?
did the act.
He pushed him, they throw hands, they both get kicked out of the game. There's nothing else after that. That's my whole thing with the whole thing from the beginning, from the very first, when it first happened.
Don't you feel like he was like attacking?
But fuck no, but he's supposed to be two. No, so this is my thing. Like Ron's supposed to be like their muscle, so to speak. Right at that point, he's made a name. He's making a name for himself. They are this. So Ben is known of that. So Ben wanted action. Ron didn't want the smoke.
But for Ron, he was getting fined all the time. And
I was too.
And he was more antagonizing. Like
The year before that, I lost 370.
you messing with somebody to get.
You hear what I just said? The year before that, I lost $370,000.
But you ain't never just
Ben pushed me. We throwing hands.
you ain't
Fuck
never
that
just
fine, bro.
You never just got under somebody's skin.
No. See,
that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so
that's
me watching that. Me watching the Malice in the Palace kind of gave me a better perspective on.
Yes.
Ron Artest is more Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, that's
right?
what I was saying.
He's more of an antagonizer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Versus a
yes.
So you know what I mean. So even to see the cup, even to see the cup and he snaps, and that seemed odd.
And I'm not 100% sure who threw it.
Yes, but it just seemed odd because that is not his. That's not his. Because I
take it a step further.
He wouldn't fight with a player.
He wouldn't fight Ben, but you will go fight him.
Yeah.
See, this is the bigger problem. So it's a bigger issue, right? You go fight him.
You don't know
but you don't want to fight the guy that just touched you.
Yeah.
So
You don't know how he gonna react though.
No.
But you're not 100% sure. But you're not 100% sure who threw it.
Because he's a fighter.
But it's more
right. Ron Artest is an agonizer. So I got a problem with.
You can't say he's just an agonizer.
No.
No.
Yes, 1,000%. Because I'm having a problem with
who has he fought, Nick?
That's what I'm saying. Me, I'm having a problem with you.
Yeah.
Right? An outside entity comes into the play.
Yeah.
That's what snaps. Like, Nick, whoa. Don't come in this world. That's why he goes up. It's like the Westbrook.
Yeah,
we got our little issue. You calling, you talking this, don't do that.
Come in this world.
That's where he snaps. Because as you coming into this world, me and this, we got understanding. Like, I already showed him, we good. Right? You come in here, oh no, hell no. That's where that goes.
Yeah.
I seen his place when it all settles, and the only concern he had was, is Jermaine O'Neal mad?
Yeah.
That, Jermaine is the alpha male on the team.
Yes.
The quiet alpha male. He is the guy. Because as much energy as you had and you're going through it, your only concern is
that's because he won a championship, though.
Who?
Meta.
No, this is before Meta.
No, his thing was he let Jermaine down because he.
You gotta watch the video.
He look up to him.
I know.
Does he look up to him?
No, during after while they're in the hallway and all of that. After in the hallway, he's asking.
He asked two things.
He said yes.
Is jail mad at him?
Is jail mad
at him? We're gonna get in trouble.
That's a crazy. I'm saying that's
just letting because he knows. If we go in the locker room,
because jail mad at him,
that shit's about to pop off in that locker room.
But
because
that's sign of a crazy person.
No, that sounds as where is the crazy person?
I'm not
the real crazy person. Was the nigga we just had.
I'm not worried about Meta being scared of nobody.
It ain't about
the crazy person is the one that was.
So why do you think he asked that question?
Why do you think he asking? He didn't say.
Why'd you think
he didn't say where is
So you think Jamal mad at me? You think Scott Pollard mad at me?
Where is Jermaine? Because
Meta's a little.
Here, just like this. He's laying on the couch. He's laying on the table. What did he say? I'm just laying on it. I'm not worried because I know my teammates got my back.
Bruh.
The one that kept everybody in control was J.O. He was the one that was the aggressor.
And that's why he said he needed to take care of protect his teammate. Anthony Johnson.
He's the protector. He was the protector of the team. You just didn't know it because he was quiet. But once he got going, it was hard.
So situations like
the team,
he was both.
So what's the name get into it? Nene get into it, Olo Candy. I come over there, and Olo Candy automatically turns towards me because he think I'm finna do like it's that when you walk into a situation, people understand who you are. That's the J.O. shit.
Yeah.
That's why he wanted to know is this dude But like I said from the beginning, dog, it all could have been avoided. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, it wasn't. And we all know the end result is. But it's like I said, Gil nail on the head with he's antagonist. Like he's gonna do shit to poke you, and do this shit when it's right. Yeah. So It all could have been avoided, and you're not 100% sure who threw the cup. No fucking.
It's
way.
like you just don't know if fans is going to get it. Like,
know.
like when you seen it happen, like Ben, I didn't see no fight coming out of them two. Like Ben is, like even though Ben won a fight, he was just hot at the moment, but still Ben does have control. Like I don't see, like you gotta, like unless you lose it and it happened right there, but there was enough time for Ben to kind of like settle down a little bit.
He pushed me walking up on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got your teammates, so I didn't. It was one of those things
They
where
normally break it
it
up.
was it was the perfect element for something like that, right? Once the crowd got involved, I can see, okay, Ron Artest going in the crowd, Steven Jackson going in the crowd. Okay, once it got to that point, then it was uncontrollable.
Oh yeah, it's wildfire.
Yeah, but from Jermaine O'Neal's standpoint, we all know the clip, the dude who looks like Turtle from Entourage, walking up to him, squaring up. He slips as he tries to take off on him. He touched on a little bit in the interview, but he actually went to federal court. I think he ended up getting suspended 25 games for his role in the whole situation. That got reduced to 15. But he ended up going to the federal court, and the ruling was in his favor, basically, that he had the right to protect and defend himself in that moment. So I can understand his frustration with the league kind of painting all these guys as thugs, as bad guys.
Because you're in your work environment, dog.
Yeah. But if somebody come to work and throw a cup at your face.
No, not even them. Like J.O., he in his work environment. He's on the floor.
He's on the floor.
He didn't go in the stand.
Yeah, that's my point.
He's still in his work environment, so that dude interjected himself into that man's work environment. So whatever came with it, J.O. was justified in his action.
Yeah, if somebody rucks up on you in that situation, squares up like they want to do something.
He should have got it. I mean, just if we're going to pick, he should have got a clean slate.
Yeah.
Like it should have been a clean slate. Like it didn't happen. Like our bad.
You ran out here on the
because
floor.
I'm on the floor. I'm sitting here. This is no different from. I don't want to bring his name up because nothing happened. But it's no different than Pacers' father coming on there doing the towel thing.
Because if he run up on the right person,
you know what I mean. That's the thing. Like, remember, we're penalizing the father because you're in his workspace.
Yeah.
But you threw J.O. to the wolves when he was in his.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where it should be a clean slate, and whatever dirt is on a name, it should be wiped away because he didn't move nowhere. He's here.
It don't matter about
it's
winning
an
the
unfortunate,
stands or not,
ugly
though.
situation, man. But
You shouldn't be able to do shit to
like I
a
said,
player.
I just
that's what
from the
I'm saying.
beginning.
Oh no, I'm talking about
I just
medal
said
win.
I just been.
But now you're going. The stands is the fans' workplace.
No,
Yeah.
no.
I can't justify you leaving the court to go fuck somebody up. I can't.
Yeah, you can't.
I can't justify that.
You don't know what's
because that means you're not holding your.
Right, well, if a nigga throw shit at your face, you gonna sit there and let shit be on your face?
But they didn't do that.
They did. You don't know what's in the cup.
He didn't know who threw it.
Obviously, he did.
No, he didn't hit the wrong person.
He went after the wrong
He
guy.
hit the wrong person.
He went after the wrong guy.
It's documented. Nick hit the wrong person.
Hit the wrong person.
And then the dude who threw it, I think, was behind him.
Yeah, he hit the wrong person. You don't know 100% who threw it.
So I got to penalize that person who threw it, the real one.
Yeah, that's my. So
And then the person you hit, he got to penalize you too.
He went after the person he thought who threw it. You saw that happen. You look up like,
So
oh,
therefore, how
you
about-
laughing too hard.
Therefore, if you want to hit somebody, punch somebody, how about you punch the motherfucker that just tried to cave your chest in with this punch?
A push is a push.
He is a very
So
built like a
I
gorilla.
want to fight the person I can win personally.
Y'all
See,
been
that's-
acting like
I'm
medal.
glad a lot of people in the world think that way. Kenyon ain't one of them.
Yeah, I
All right,
want
well,
to fight.
on that note, let's move on to MostlyFans,
Medal fight.
presented by our friends at Underdog. Go ahead, download the app, use promo code GIL, get up to $1,000 in bonus cash plus a special pick'em. So we have a video question from Underdog user Ocean Docs.
Quick question. If you can take one attribute and or one ability from each person on the couch and create a player, one, what would those abilities or attributes be? And two, would that player then be the best player that's ever been in the NBA? And don't forget to include Joe, man. Peace.
Thank you, Ocean Docs. I will bring my hosting.
I'm taking Kenyon jumping.
Kenyon,
Oh yeah, niggas getting dunked on with my speed. Oh,
the quick jump.
I'm dunking on niggas like crazy.
Swaggy, what attribute would you want to contribute to creating this super player?
I would take Kenyon defense.
That's it.
And
There's no and. He said one.
No, he said, what would you take from yourself or just?
I think the question is, create a player using everyone's best attributes.
I'll
on
Oh,
the couch,
everyone's best?
including myself.
I thought everybody's best
defense.
attribute.
No, then.
I'll take
GPA boosting.
So I had a 38. So I'm going to take Kenyon's height.
So is that the attribute we're taking for Kenyon to
Yeah,
just
yeah,
create
yeah,
this
I'm
player
taking
that has
height.
all
Yeah,
of
I'm
our
taking height.
attributes together? Captain Planet, if you
With
will.
his height, with my, I keep my speed, my shot. I'm taking his creativity.
You took the words right.
I'm going to take his creativity.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Who more creative, him or Brandon on the floor? You think? 'Cause I've been watching a lot of Brandon Jennings highlights been popping up on my feed and pretty creative. But no, Nick.
No, yeah.
Nick
Like when it
creative.
comes
Doing
just a natural,
360
just
shit in the game
just
and
natural.
shit
Yeah,
like
them
that.
three, them
Yeah,
threes.
360 in the game layup, shit like that. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I'm the GOAT.
I am
I'm
legend.
taking Josiah.
I'm the
you know,
GOAT. I'm the GOAT.
Like, just take
my
all of me.
piece. It's
Just all of
another
me.
way
I'm the
Josiah
The energy, exuberance,
could adapt to any situation like around. I would take that from him. He's like
adaptability.
Yeah.
God bless you, Swaggy.
In any type of environment, you good. You know, so
Good in any hood for the most part.
yeah.
No, I'm not the GOAT because I'm still.
And we're gonna be left-handed.
I'm still
We're gonna
selfish.
take
Should we
Brandon's lefty.
Okay, we'll take Brandon's left.
Gonna be left-handed.
Take Rashad's muscles.
Nah, see, I don't like that. I don't want to be buff.
You gotta be buff, Swaggy. Durable,
Be
durability.
LeBron, basically.
Shot score that motherfucker too now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Big
he
bucket
good.
getting ability.
But I just don't like the.
Shot mid-range game.
was nice.
Your creativity.
That's a
Brandon's
LeBron.
left-handedness.
Yes.
All of Josiah, according to Swaggy.
Then he taking the big body bends, huh?
Big body.
Big body
Old
bends.
school
like
500.
Very nimble.
You're gonna be Boris motherfucking Diaw.
Solid up and under gift. Decent jump
Diallo,
hook.
did he win a championship? Diallo got a championship, right? No? Spurs, I'm tripping, yeah.
All right, so we got Kenyon's height, Gil speed, or shot. We'll take your shot. Nick's creativity, my adaptability, Brandon's left-handedness, Shaw's midi, and we have created a superhuman player that nobody can
My
stop.
brain.
I don't need shit from
And
shot.
Kenyon opportunity, first round pick. Could we get to play from the start?
We get to play for
Not easy, Kwame Brown.
And unnecessarily,
We're not going to the
unnecessary Kwame
I'm just
reference.
saying there's
We're not
motherfucker-
going to the Wizards.
Okay.
We're not going to the Wizards.
All right. You can
We're
be.
not going to anything.
You can be the
that's
one in
going
Cleveland
on.
too. You can be the
Yeah,
one in
yeah,
Cleveland.
yeah, anything
Was it
you
Anthony
do.
Bennett? You can be Anthony Bennett, boy.
That's unnecessary.
Guaranteed
penetration.
4 years, but you're out in 3. That's goddamn.
All right, let's
He was out in 3 games. It's hard to come behind LeBron. That's why.
I was
Guess
like,
what?
damn, you got a 4-year contract, but that 4th you playing at the YMCA, that's crazy.
He was
Guess
done
what?
after that 20th game.
Can't take it away from him.
Nope. What, did he get hurt? Like, I don't.
Whatever it is, you
It
can't
just
take it
wasn't-
away from him.
Yeah, it wasn't LeBron.
So we talked about Malice in the Palace, obviously Pacers, Pistons. We got one more question, email question.
Go ahead.
From Capo Deuce. Said, do you think Detroit will get Cade Cunningham some help this offseason? Pistons finished 6th in the East, eliminated in the first round by the Knicks.
Man, they won 13 games last year. They trending up.
Yeah.
I
just let it.
Yeah, I don't know what they do need. No, they all right.
Okay, so you
They all
roll
right.
with that?
They all right.
Okay.
They just young, man.
Yeah, because their second
They
best
just
player
take-
didn't even play. He got
They
hurt.
just pushed them boys to what, 7? They took the Knicks to 7?
Without their best player.
Huh? 6,
I
7,
mean, the second
whatever.
best. The second best.
Yeah,
right?
so-
Ivy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't play. He was hurt, so yeah, I was running back.
Stewart was out. He didn't play.
Yeah.
The Maniac didn't play.
Yeah. Running a little bit more.
So what you talk about Malice in the Palace thing? I wanted them to interview the guys that wasn't involved with the fight, like the white guys that was on the team. They had a few white. That's who I wanted to hear from when the shit was going on. When I'm watching the Malice of the Palace, I wanted to know what them motherfuckers was thinking while these niggas ran into the stands.
I know what I'd have been thinking. Hey, they still out there? Because I'd have been in the locker room. Hey, what's going on out there?
Hey, now we had a situation when I was in college at UNC Charlotte, bruh. They had to move the student section. Like the next time we went, the student section had moved.
Yeah.
I got suspended for like 2 games, I think, a game.
Oh, wow. Did not know that.
Oh, ball rack right there. Mm-hmm. We this close.
Fine.
Oh, we this close. Bow. Listen, yo,
You took
target
all that,
practice. No, they throwing batteries and coins and shit at us and spitting at us. Of course I'm gonna empty the ball. Hey, look, I didn't run up there. The ball rack was
Of course, I'm gonna empty the.
ball rack right there. There's 3 rows of them motherfuckers. So yeah, they throwing shit, we throwing shit. Coaches grabbing niggas, we pulling away, ball bouncing back from me to hit you right again. Foul, it bounced right back to me. Dead. Listen, yeah, a few of us got suspended, of course.
Well, protect yourself at all times. That's what they
Student
say.
section's rowdy, nigga.
Good place for us to stop for today. Appreciate everybody in the chat. I want to give a shout out again to Jermaine O'Neal for
Absolutely.
coming on to the show. Pacers legend. Gil, what were you going to say? I already know something that's going to be out of pocket.
Nah, I want to give a shout out to the guy I played early. No, the first 2 dudes I played in Madden. You know, F y'all, because y'all was messing up my confidence. But that third dude, hey, I appreciate you, man. Your ass was so sorry, man. It gave me confidence, man.
You out here getting
All
your
right.
ass whooped?
Yeah, no, the first 2 games. But there's a nigga I beat 61-17. Yeah, he's trash. Yeah, his girl's gonna cheat on him the way he was getting his ass whooped. I want to give you a shout out.
Damn.
He.
What if they say that about them first 2 games that you played?
Yeah.
I wasn't ready yet.
But what if they had that same sentiment? Like
Yeah,
the same
like-
thought
Well, I didn't lose by fucking 50 something. Right? He lost by fucking
How much
50.
you lose by? Thank you. We don't want to know. Don't embarrass us like that.
Hey, listen, I don't remember the first 2 games. Fuck them, okay? They took $100 from me.
Well,
but
F
that,
them,
but
the
that,
third.
that third dude, yeah.
Nick, I got. You still take the insoles out of your shoes?
Yeah. It's a habit.
Bumble clocked.
Like, I showed up and that motherfucker was hooping and I saw him take his insoles out and when I played a basketball game, I'm like, yo, something wrong with him.
It's a habit.
Yeah, he got
Those fit.
He got gorilla feet.
Those are comfortable.
He got gorilla feet.
It's just a habit.
I saw you do it. I'm like, he buy his size.
The Wizards.
He buy his size.
You buy his size shoe. Like that's normally when you buy the size up underneath and you
I
get a
was
little
doing that
more
when I was
room
a
and you
kid,
take the
yeah.
insole out because you need that little half inch.
It used to
But-
be like, I used to have big feet, so like everybody, it was a bad thing back in the day.
You know listen, I know you don't care because you don't feel it, but look, the sole that they put in is for just a little cushion.
No. Ask
You
your-
take that
ask
out, that's
your favorite trainer.
that's
He
just-
tell you all the time.
That's like
Tell you all the time.
no, I'm saying that's just floor.
No, it's good for you. You need it. That's why y'all get injured, and I don't. Weak, stupid motherfuckers. I'm out here.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of Gil's Arena presented by Underdog. We will see y'all tomorrow.
Like